pregame show. We'll talk baseball and Forts baseball specifically and get a preview and a rundown of this Stockton ball club as the pregame show continues right after this.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Curloma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt and Curley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
Talking to Allstate agents Bob Johnston and Diane Combs can really make a driver feel safe. When you call Bob Johnston at 946-1066 or Diane Combs at 986-1257, you get a knowledgeable insurance agent who's there when you need help, whose name is in the same book as yours, who can see if you qualify for discounts or tell you what insurance on a new car will cost. But no one has people like Allstate. Allstate Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois. Call Bob Johnston in Upland at 946-1066 or Diane Combs in Ontario at 986-1257. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Tonight on the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes pregame show, we're joined by Arnie Baylor, the skipper of the Stockton Forts. Arnie, it's been a while since these two ball clubs have met up, and with the Cal League schedule, it's almost as if you got two completely different teams again tonight.
Yeah, that's, we don't play these Southern Division teams much at all, and I think we played these probably back in May, early May or something like that, seems right, and it looks like they've got a few different players, and I know we've got a few different pitchers since from back then. So, that's, it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. And, again, we'll play 3 games and we're done. So, we really don't get much consistency going playing teams like this. You don't know much about them. And, guys that were hot back then may not be hot now. So, you just come in and play 3 games and you kind of get out of town. I mean, there's no much planning or looking at stats and things like that. There's not much you can do other because the time you get to know guys in these series, you're done.
Now, of course, that's different when you play Modesto and you play San Jose, the other ball clubs that are in your division. You have to still have to fill out reports on just the guys that you see, and if so, how do you do that based upon maybe only seeing a pitcher one time?
Well, we spend a lot of time scouting instead of a lot of time running a game and stuff that we should be doing. So it makes it tough, but, that's part of our job. We've got to keep records on these guys, and we just try to get our stopwatches out and watch what's going on a little bit and really bear down and pay a little bit more attention to the other team instead of really paying a lot of attention to the game that's going on. But that's kind of how we have to do it.
Now, your team has had a pretty good start to the second half, tied with Modesto in the Cal League Northern Division standings right now. And the ball club seems like it's turned it around from the early going. And you started out with a very young ball club.
Yeah, we've been playing better lately. We've strung a few together, came out of shoot in the second half, and I think we were kind of looking forward to that because we got so far behind there in the first half that, you really, it makes it tough to come to the ballpark. The guys were looking forward to that second half, and they picked it up a lot. And, our guys have improved. They're young guys, and they've improved, and that's what's supposed to happen. And the other teams that had the older guys have moved them on. And hopefully our guys can continue improving, and we can take it on the rest of the season.
Arnie, what do you tell your ball club, though, then at that time? You're coming up on the last couple of weeks, say, of a first half. So the Quakes, they themselves were well behind Lancaster, mathematically eliminated from the first half race before it came down to, the wire. And what do you tell your team? Because you're still playing for the overall record, and there's still playoff hope. A team that progresses and gets better over the year has something to play for at the end of the year.
Yeah, well, I approach it more as the fact that it's about these guys, and it's about your player development and whether you want to come back here next year. And, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and the league's going to adjust to you, and now you've got to adjust to the league and continue to improve. And everybody can get out of the chute and have a good first half, and then teams are going to make adjustments, and you're going to get exposed, and now you've got to see if you can make that adjustment to what they're doing and continue on. So that's what these guys have to go through, and if they can't do that, well, then they're not ready to go to the next level next year.
We're talking with Arnie Baylor on the Quakes pregame show tonight, the manager of the Stockton Forts. Who are some of the guys that you think and you would expect that would move on from this ball club at the end of this year?
Well, like I said, we've got some young guys, so, it really wouldn't surprise me with the depth that we have in our system right now for a lot of these guys to come back. But, you know, again, we've still got another month to play, and, you know, the only all-star we had on our team at the break was our pitcher, Cody Smith, who's since been removed from our rotation. So he's in the bullpen now. So, you know, I don't know if it pays to be an all-star or not, you know. So, but, yeah, we've got some good pitching depth and some good arms. We moved a couple guys up the other day, and, you know, Vince Annucci was our 3-hole hitter the first 2 months of the season and broke his arm in a collision, and he's a guy that, you know, was here last year for the playoffs with us and stuff and played in the College World Series, and he's a guy that probably looks to move on, and he can hit a little bit, left-handed hitter. And some of these younger guys, Adam Fox, Jeremy Cleveland, are having some pretty good years, and, you know, you hope that they're not back here next year, but you just never know.
Talk a little bit about how how the Texas Rangers do the pitching staff in the minor leagues. You guys run on a piggyback system. Your starters don't always go 5, and then sometimes the next time through the rotation they come around and they're maybe relieving, but still throwing on every 4th or 5th day.
Yeah, it's an 8-man rotation, so we have 8 guys that they throw every 4 days. Every 4th day they flip flop, and then they throw a bullpen the next day. So every 2 days they're throwing somewhere. They're either throwing in the game or they're throwing their bullpen, and it's a short bullpen, but it's designed to keep guys crisper and a little more feel, a little more mound time and stuff like that. And their pitches are limited too, but in the end, when it's all said and done, the innings are the same as the regular starters pretty much, but it just gives the guys a little more mound time. They get on there for the mound 4 times a week instead of 2 to 3 as a 5-man rotation. So, it's just something that we've done over here since I've been here, and there have been times when we haven't had enough guys to do it, and we've worked a regular 5-man, but it just kind of depends on the situation and what they want us doing.
Does it protect their health at the end of the year? Are guys staying healthier on this sort of system?
Supposedly, yeah. Supposedly, they throw more, and so the arm thing, it's not an issue. It's a thing about throwing strikes and getting the feel of the ball and having the mound time, and as long as we control the pitches and don't let them throw 75, 80 pitches every time out, and we keep it at 60, 65, 70 right in there, it doesn't build up, and they have to throw strikes to get the win. The idea of it is the first guy throws 5 innings and pitches to contact and learns how to throw strikes and gets guys out by pitching to contact and doesn't run deep pitch counts, and then the second guy comes in and throws 4 innings and gets a save. That's the ideal design of it. It works that way 2 or 3 times a year, but then you got your 4 guys in the bullpen.
What's your philosophy on? You're working with pitchers here and some of these guys, as we've discussed, they just started their professional careers last year, maybe the year before. So the arms are still new. Some guys are coming out of high school. What is your philosophy on taking guys? Do you prefer to, have pitchers straight out of high school into the Rangers, into a minor league organization, or out of college? What's your thoughts on that?
No, I like the guys that have stuff, and I don't care whether you have it out of college or out of high school. If you throw 93, 95, you're going to get guys out. I don't care where you come from, and if you can throw strikes, you're going to get guys out. I don't care where you come from. So it doesn't matter to me. The college kids are a little more mature. They're a little easier from a maintenance standpoint. I don't have to babysit those guys quite as much, but the high school kids, you've got 3 or 4 years to get them into the system and see what you've got, and maybe in those 3 or 4 years they're already in the big leagues. So, it just depends on the stuff they bring to the table. I take the stuff over the age.
Arnie, finally, the Texas Rangers organization, you had mentioned that right now in the farm system, it's stocked. You guys have some depth to it, so you said that some of these guys could be coming back next year, and also based upon their age. Is the Rangers farm system improving? The organization at the major league level has run through some tough times, and now this year they're having a fantastic season.
Well, I think that's due to their depth. I mean, they've got some young players, Lance Nix, Ramon Navarre, the pitching, Coco, and then those guys have stepped in there, and the pitching staff and the relievers, and gotten guys out and got things done up there at the big league level, and that allows them to keep the younger guys at AAA that need to be there this year pitching-wise, and keep the guys at AA that need to be there, where you're not just bouncing guys around and having tryouts everywhere. And so guys can spend a year and get better and develop, and then that creates more depth for the next season. And when that starts happening a couple years in a row, you start creating that depth at levels so where, you need to be productive, and that filters into the big league system. And when somebody goes down, you can bring somebody up that's ready to play and has some ability. And, the Yankees have been doing that for years, and a lot of the other contending teams have been doing that for years. The Angels are doing that with the young guys that were here last year. they went up and contributed up there this year and things. So that's what's going to make your organization productive throughout.
Arnie, thanks for taking the time to join us. Welcome to Rancho, and we'll look forward to it over the next 3 days.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We've been talking with Arnie Baylor on the Quakes pregame show. Back with more right after this.
It's a whole new ballgame. Play baseball. Family fun and so much more. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
Reserve a pregame ticket at the Epicenter for a unique group experience. After the ticket, your group of 25 or more will move to your seats to watch the game. All options include all you can eat and drink, plus your game ticket. Choose from 3 great menu options. Prices start at just $15 per person.
It's a whole new ballgame. Play baseball. Family fun and so much more. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. It's a whole.
Well, the Quakes getting set to take the field in just a moment. A big series here for the Quakes. They get a chance to measure themselves against one of the Northern Division's best right now, the Stockton Ports. They've had a good start to the second half after a rough first half of the season, and the Ports in a playoff chase as well. So this game has a lot of meaning for both ball players here tonight. In the California League, Modesto will visit Visalia. Bakersfield is at San Jose. High Desert at Inland Empire. And Lake Elsinore back in action tonight. They visit the Lancaster Jethawks. We'll keep you up to date on all of the action in the California League throughout tonight's broadcast. That's going to do it here for the pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineup, the first pitch, and all the action for you right here from the Epicenter. The Ports and the Quakes coming up next.
You've been listening to the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes pregame show. This is the radio home for the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. Quakes baseball is next on KWRM 1370. Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wine, as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376. It's time for Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball. Brought to you by Vineyard Bank, Pepsi, Laughlin's Convention and Visitors Bureau, Allstate Insurance, Carl Buddick, Galliano Winery, California Department of Conservation, Red Roof Inn, Fast Frame, Southern California Housing, and by Yellow Book USA. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This is Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball.
Hello, everybody. Jason Anapoyan with you tonight, back here at the Epicenter for the first of 3 games tonight with the Stockton Ports, California League affiliate of the Texas Rangers, and the Angels Ball Club, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The Quakes come into the ballgame with an overall record of 39-51. They are at the 16-14 mark in the second half of this season, and they are 3 games back of Lancaster. The Stockton Forts currently tied with Modesto at 19-11 in the second half. The Forts overall on the year, 51 wins, 49 losses. It's a young Forts ball club, and a ball club that looks a little bit different from the one we saw back in May. As is the case with any young team, they improve over the course of the year with experience, and that is what we are expecting to see in this series. Let's go ahead and run down tonight's starting lineups for the Stockton Forts. Arnie Baylor, our pregame guest, has penciled out his lineup that has Joaquin Arias leading off at shortstop. Patrick Boyd is the right fielder hitting second. Juan Sanreso, the center fielder, will hit third. Adam Fox is at third base hitting cleanup. Nate Gold, the first baseman, will bat fifth. Dustin Smith, the designated hitter, will hit sixth. Batting seventh, the catcher is Chris Hiley. Craig Range is the second baseman. He'll hit eighth. And Cameron Coughlin is the left fielder hitting ninth. Arias, Boyd, Sanriso, Fox, Gold, Smith, Hiley, Ring, and Coughlin. And now coming up to the plate is Joaquin Arias to lead it off for the Stockton Forts as right-hander John Toledo is on the mound, and the right-hander rocks and throws. The first pitch is in there for a strike, and we are underway tonight at 7:18. Quakes and the Forts tonight from the epicenter with our studio coordinator John Sauter. This is Jason Anaforian. Glad you can join us. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and fouled off of the right-hander's bat. And out of play, off to the right. The count is 0-2. Temperature tonight at first pitch, 78 degrees, with the winds blowing out to the east at 5 miles an hour here at the epicenter. 0-2 the count. Toledo winds and delivers. Next pitch is swung on and a pop-up lifted foul and out of play, off to the right. 0-2 the count to Arias. Arias hitting .307 with 3 home runs, 45 RBIs. Shadows draped across the infield with the exception of the second base bag. As Toledo winds and throws, here's the 0-2 on the way. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and out number 1 is Arias. For Toledo, he comes into the ballgame tonight with an overall record of 4-8 this year and a 5.91 earned run average. Toledo, in his last start against Modesto, pitched 3 innings. He picked up the loss. He allowed 3 runs to all of them earned on 7 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 2. Now the left-hander, Patrick Boyd, and the right fielder, he takes inside for a ball. The count is 1-0. Boyd hitting .220 with no home runs, 8 RBIs. Here's the windup, the 1-0 pitch, swung on, bounced to first. It's knocked off of Abruzzo. He fields it in foul territory now and steps on the bag at first for the unassisted putout. 2 men out. Abruzzo blocked that ball with his chest. It deflected off of him in a foul territory where he picked up the ball relatively close to the first base bag. 2 outs for Juan Sanriso. Hitting .292 with 5 home runs and 27 RBIs. The Stockton Forts, we told you, tied with the Modesto Athletics for first place in the Cal League North. This is the second meeting with these 2 ball clubs this year, and it's the last one. Here's the windup to Sanriso. He swings, pulls that one past the diving Paskovich, and in the left field, a base hit. Adam Paskovich tonight over at third base, standing in the shadows, and he was playing even with the bag. A smoke shot beyond his reach, and Sanriso is on with a hit. In left field, there's Nick Kempton playing straightaway. Reggie Willits shading just a tad to left center, and he is tonight's center fielder. B.J. Weed is straight away and deep and right. The batter is Adam Fox, the right-hander, who steps into the box with 14 home runs and 62 RBIs, hitting .241 in the 2004 season. The pitch, Fox takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. Adam Paskovich just made a diving attempt at that ball. He stands off of the line at third base. Aybar, the shortstop, shaved up the middle, as well as Javi Rodriguez. Rodriguez rejoined the Quakes yesterday from Arkansas. He stands in the sunlight back at second base. Abruzzo holds on Sanriso, who leads away. A pitch out, and it's outside. Sanriso not going anywhere. The count is 1-1. Senriso at first, held on by Abruzzo. Both those ball players standing in the shadows. Behind the plate tonight is Mike Napoli. Ryan Buddy still trying to rest that sore shoulder. 1 ball, 1 strike. They're setting up the way. The pitch swung on a breaking ball, bounced foul, pulled wide of third base and down the line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just underway here in the top of the first. Clear skies above. Bright blue skies and lots of sunshine right now. The lights are on at the epicenter. Breeze blowing up pretty good to right field. 1-2 to count to Fox. He stands back in the box. Napoli waits, and now turning the throw back to first. And again, Senriso is back. For John Toledo, he did face Stockton 1 time this year. On May 21st at Billy Hubert Field, 4 1/3 innings. The 1-2 instead of the throw back to first, and back safely is Senriso. 4 1/3 innings, he took the loss in that game, gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, all earned. Gave up a home run, he walked 4, threw a wild pitch, and it was the one game in which Toledo did not strike out a batter. Next pitch, thrown away, in the dirt, blocked by Napoli. The count is 2-2. The Quakes lost that night 10-6, and that was a night in which the Quakes made 5 errors in that ball game. It was not a good fielding performance behind Toledo that night. 2-2 to count, 2 men out. Senriso away from first, held on by Abruzzo. And now Toledo, the right-hander, goes to the glove. Fouls at the belt. Now he throws runner bluffs. The next pitch swung on, hit on 2 hops to Paskovich at third. He plays back, throws over to first, perfect. In time, the inning is over. 1 hit and a man left on base here in the top half of the first. We head to the bottom of the inning. It's Stockton nothing, and the Quakes come in the bat.
Please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too. Simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts. Not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep playing the slots and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For more info, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Time for a quick quiz. What do you get when you multiply your salary by 7? Give up? That's the amount of life insurance you may need. Do you have the right amount of life insurance to protect your family's future? Allstate agent Daryl Keepers and Todd Hagee can make sure you do. They will even provide you with free life insurance analysis. Call Allstate agent Daryl Keepers at Rancho Cucamonga at 987-6403 or Tad Hagee in Rialto at 820-7373. Because when it comes to your life insurance, the right hands make all the difference. Allstate Life Insurance Company, home office, Northbrook, Illinois.
Let's run down the Quakes starting lineup. The Quakes failed to score in the top of the inning. Bobby Meacham's lineup has Javier Rodriguez leading off at second base. Reggie Willits, the center fielder, hitting second. Erick Aybar, the shortstop, will bat third. Michael Napoli catches and hits cleanup. David Gates, the designated hitter, bats fifth. Jared Abruzzo, the first baseman, hits sixth. Adam Paskovich is at third base, batting seventh. B.J. Weed in right field, hitting eighth. Nick Timpton is the left fielder, batting ninth. Rodriguez, Willits, Aybar, Napoli, Gates, Abruzzo, Paskovich, Weed, and Timpton. So here come the Quakes. Javi Rodriguez, in last night's ballgame, made his Rancho debut, his second time around for the 2004 season. Pitch to Rodriguez is taken for a strike at the knees. The count is 0-1. Rodriguez last night had a sacrifice fly in the ball game. He had 2 hits, 2 for 4 last night. 0-1 the count. He hit 300 with Arkansas when he was there this year. Next pitch is low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rodriguez has gone from Arkansas to Rancho to Salt Lake to Arkansas back to Rancho. That's 5 different stops with 3 different cities. Next pitch low and away. 2 balls and a strike. He has served as the ultimate utility guy in the Angels organization. Next pitch swung on and missed. The count is 2-2 from the pitcher Nick Masset. Nick Masset, a right-hander, our first and only look at him this year. 3 wins, 2 losses, a 3.63 earned run average. Masset at Visalia in his last start went 3 innings, 5 hits. Next pitch outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The way the Ports have it set up, they have an 8-man rotation, as Arnie Baylor discussed on the pregame show. Rodriguez stands back at the plate. Here's the windup, the 3-2 on the way. Swing and a fly ball lifted down the right field line. That one is foul. It hits off the facing of a retaining fence down in the corner and bounces back into the field. Full count to Rodriguez. Javi Rodriguez hitting .268, no home runs, 4 RBIs in his time with Rancho this year. Full count, nobody out. Bottom of the first as Masset winds and the tall right-hander throws. Swinging a chopper back over the middle. Arias at short field to the left of the second base bag. Now plants behind the bag at second. Throws over to first in time to get Rodriguez for the first out. So 1 away, and Reggie Willits is the man at the plate. Nick Masset, he is a hard-throwing right-hander and a very big right-hander as Reggie Willits comes to the plate here in the inning. Masset with even features a little bit of a cutter, a fastball, a curveball, and a changeup that also throws a little hard cutter. Here's the windup by Masset. He throws the pitch. Willits swings, grounds this one to second base. Rings fields it over to his right. And from the sunshine, he throws over to first to get Willits quickly 2 men out here in the bottom of the first. Coughlin, he is in left field tonight for the Stockton Ports. Senriso, the center fielder. Boyd is in straightaway right field. Third base tonight defensively for the Stockton Ports. Fox is at third base. And with Aybar hitting third tonight, here comes Fox playing in on the grass, starting for that little slap hit or a possible punt. Aybar certainly capable of getting on base in so many different ways, including the base hit. And he has a 19-game hitting streak. The first pitch is taken low and inside, 1-0. Arias is the shortstop playing back. Rings at second base. Plays about at the edge of the outfield grass. Back at first is Gold. Hiley behind the plate. Masset winds. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Aybar swings over the top of it. That's the little cutter we talked about. The count is even now, 1-1. Ball has some late movement to it as it approaches the left-handed hitter. Aybar, a switch hitter, batting left-handed, hitting .357, 10 home runs, 45 RBIs. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Aybar swings, reaches for it, and pulls it foul off the facing of the retaining wall beyond the first base bag, and it caroms back out onto the field. 1-2 the count. Aybar's 19-game hitting streak that he extended to last night with a couple of hits ties Greg Porter and Connor Jackson for the longest hitting streaks in the California League this season. 1-2 pitch, fisted pop-up. Left side, foul territory. Hiley with his mask off. Down near the on-deck circle by the Quakes dugout. Reaches up and makes the catch. The side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Quakes. Here at the bottom of the first. After an inning, the Brewers still score.
From Pomona to Palm Desert and beyond, William Scotsman's Riverside office serves the Inland Empire's mobile office needs with quality products, responsive service, and one of the largest inventories in the industry. William Scotsman provides such temporary and relocatable space as in-plant offices, field offices, storage containers, field labs, and classrooms. They'll even custom design to match your specifications. Just call the Riverside office at 1-800-782-1500. William Scotsman, your mobile office specialist in Riverside.
Faucets, leaking, termites, feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, carpet makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Got the other book. Artists, posters, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, panties, faucets, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, bond there, wide well. Take a look and you'll see. Got the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Nothing after an inning of play. Port's coming to bat. We have a defensive change now for the Quakes. Javi Rodriguez is out of the ballgame, and B.J. Weed will move from right field to second base defensively. In right field in place of B.J. Weed, sitting in place of Rodriguez in the lineup is Jason Sugden. So Sugden will bat in place of Rodriguez. Here's Nate Gold. He takes the first pitch low and away from Toledo to count 1-0. Rodriguez or Sugden will bat leadoff. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Gold takes up and inside. 2 balls, no strikes to count. After 1, nothing. Top of the second. Toledo from the mound winds and kicks. The 2-0 on the way. Down low. It's in the dirt, and it trickles away from Napoli back to the screen. 2 balls, 1 strike. Gold hitting .241, 13 home runs, 67 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Fastball a little bit high, and that is ball 4. Down to first base goes Gold. Leadoff walk aboard. Here's Dustin Smith. Smith hitting .301, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. Stockton with the leadoff base runner. They had a hit in the first. That was Senriso, and he was stranded on base. Here's the pitch to Smith. Taken for a strike. The count is 0-1. Smith batting .301, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs this year. There's a shin guard on his front left shin. Steps back into the very back of the box. Taps the bat on home plate. Feet spread apart. Now crouches back with most of his weight to his back right leg in the box. The next pitch, a fastball, misses up high. So that's going to bring out Napoli out to talk with Toledo on the mound. And now their meeting is adjourned. Napoli behind the plate catching. Ryan Buddy, who had injured his shoulder a few nights ago at Lancaster, not in the lineup. He actually didn't injure. He maybe re-aggravated his shoulder at Lancaster, but he injured it on the last homestand. Next pitch, breaking ball, a little bit low. 2-1. Away from first base is Gold. Most of the field in the shadows. Nothing. We're in the top of the second. And Toledo from the belt turns and throws back over to first, and Gold is back. The Quakes entering action 3 games back of first place Lancaster. Lancaster meeting up with Lake Elsinore tonight at the hangar. Big series there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul off to the right and out of play. 2-2. In regards to how the Quakes schedule maps out the remainder of the year, they have, after this series, just 2 more opponents. They play High Desert twice, and Bakersfield once if you want to consider opponents that don't have a postseason berth to play for. Next pitch for Dustin Smith is a breaking ball outside. The count is full at 3-2. Toledo has walked the first two guys, or has walked Gold, and now he's a pitch away from walking the second guy in the inning, and Smith. Full count, nobody out. Toledo from the belt. Now he throws. The runner goes. Hit and run. Swing and a foul back to the screen. Just off to the right. It's in foul territory. Caught by Hiley, the catcher in the on-deck circle, and he immediately handed to a young lady sitting in the front row of the seats right behind the on-deck circle. Full count, nobody out. Gold was running on that last pitch. We'll see if they send him again. Toledo is ready as Smith waits back in the box. Here's the 3-2 on the way. Swinging a chopper to third. Afterwards comes in, charges. He's going to go to second for one. B.J. Reed makes the catch and then does a little hop and a step to get out of the way of the oncoming Gold. That is the only play. Smith is safe at first. Afterwards field a high chopper. There's one man out. He fielded a high chopper in on the grass. Threw across his body. Nice play there. It looks rather routine on the scorebook, but it really isn't, considering that Pavkovich had no momentum carrying him towards second base. He had to simply rely on his arm there and his quickness of getting the ball out of his glove. One out, Hiley the batter. First pitch is down low, 1-0. Hiley hitting .234 with 3 home runs and 18 RBIs. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. The count is even now at a ball and a strike. When the Quakes were swept by Stockton in May, they had gone into a series against Stockton, and Stockton was not playing well. 1-1 pitch is low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. And yet, that series sweep somewhat ignited Stockton. 2-1, 1 out. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss. The count is even at 2-2. Light breeze blowing out to right, down the field, completely covered in the shadows. The sun not a factor so much as we move along here in the season. A factor for maybe all of an inning. The 2-2 pitch swung on, and Hiley just gets a piece of it, fouling it at the plate. The count is 2-2. With the road uniforms that the Stockton Forts wear, they look almost identical to the road uniforms, to the gray road uniforms of the Chicago Cubs. Blue block lettering that says Stockton on a gray top with a red numeral on the left-hand side. 2-2, here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball into right field. Second coming in. He's there. Makes the catch around medium depth. And back to second base is Hiley. 2 men out. Toledo's success, and his, more than just his success, it's going to be a matter of being able to pitch with men on base. That has been a difficult challenge for Toledo this year. And it's not just men on base, it's really more or less it's pitching out of the stretch. Once Toledo has walked some guys, it's come back to haunt them. The pitch to Craig Range is taken down low. The count 1-0. Range is second baseman, hitting .218 with a couple of home runs and 30 RBIs. Away from first base is Smith. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball, right field, shallow right, down the line. Reed going out at second. That ball's going to land foul. Beyond the foul line, that ball hit off of the warning track and bounced back up into the fault zone. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Off the bat, that last ball that Range hit looked like it could be trouble from the vantage point up here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 men out. Toledo pauses at the belt. Napoli sets up away. The next pitch, breaking ball for a strike. on the outside corner. The count is 1-2. That was a nice pitch there by Toledo. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Toledo is ready. Now he throws. They're setting up away. That ball with the fastball just misses outside. 2-2 the count. Behind the plate, calling balls and strikes tonight is Chris Bakke. Richard Gallardo is on the base paths tonight. Gallardo is replacing Jeff Macias on this umpiring crew for the week. The 2-2 pitch low and away. Count is full now, 3-2. He is replacing Jeff Macias. Macias, an original member of this umpiring team, he was hit. He took a foul ball off the mask, and it actually hit. He took a hard shot to his head, and he went and got an MRI, and the doctor suggested that there was a little bruising to his brain that Macias, after taking the line shot, take 3 weeks off. 3-2 pitch, 2 outs, runner goes, breaking ball down low, ball 4, and so first and second now for the Poets. Second walk by Toledo in the inning. Here is Cameron Coughlin. Coughlin hitting .279 with a home run and 27 RBIs. No score, top of the second inning. Now Coughlin, the left-hander, gets into the box. Kicks his back left foot in, holds that bat out towards the pitching mound. Waiting to time Toledo to his delivery. Now he does. Toledo from the stretch throws. The right-hander deals down low. After Coughlin showed bunt, the count is 1-0. From second base is Smith. Range is at first. 1-0, 2 men out. Now Toledo will look back at second. He throws the 1-0 on the way. Fastball very high. 2 balls, no strikes. We'll be on the air tomorrow night at 7, as well as the case throughout the rest of this week. Sunday's ballgame is a 3 o'clock start. But the 7 o'clock pregame shows for tomorrow and on Thursday. The 2-0 on the way, a little tap right back to Toledo. He fields it on the grass in front of the mound, now throws over to first, in time to get Coughlin. The inning is over. So the 2 walks do not come back to haunt Toledo here in the top of the second. 2 minutes left on after an inning and a half. Nothing.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than original call budding. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for original Carl Budig in 2.5 ounce, 8 ounce, and 1 pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Budig, a real slice of life.
Family fun and so much more. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
For fans who want the benefits of season tickets but can't make it to all the home games, then the Quakes mini plans are perfect for you. Mini plans start as low as $60 per seat. Plus, these plans feature the most exciting games of the 2004 season. To order your Quakes mini plan today, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
Family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. It's a whole new ballgame.
Bottom of the second inning with the score, 0-0. As the Quakes come to bat, Toledo pitched through the top of the inning in which he allowed 2 walks, but neither of those walks came back to haunt him. Now the Quakes, they went for 1-2-3 against Nick Masset. And they went rather quickly in the bottom of the first inning. So Napoli will lead it off, hitting .308 with 22 home runs, 96 RBIs. A tremendous season so far for Napoli. Masset works from the windup. He kicks and throws. The pitch is swung on, and a high pop-up into right field. Boyd coming over the right fielder near the line, and he reaches up to make the catch. Napoli is retired for the first out. Quakes baseball tonight on the radio is brought to you by Farmer John Hot Dogs. Farmer John Hot Dogs, the official hot dog of the Epicenter. Well, fans, if you couldn't make it out to the ball game tonight, we want to remind you about tomorrow night's game. Speaking of Farmer John Hot Dogs, as always, promoting Weenie Wednesday, Dollar Hot Dog Night tomorrow night here at the Epicenter. Believe it or not, there aren't too many more Wednesday night home games this season. Pitch to Gates is down low, 1 ball, no strikes. The way the Quakes' schedule has worked this year is they have been on the road quite a bit on the on the weekend games in this month. They'll be back on the road this weekend. Next pitch to Gates is outside. 2-0 the count. But in the month of August, the Quakes are home 3 out of 4 weekends. The 2-0 on the way. Gates swings, skies it. Behind the plate, Hiley with his mask off, hooks it away, moving up the third base line, and he makes the catch, and Gates is out. Well, we've seen, let's see, 3 pop-ups and 2 strikeouts so far against Smith. Arnie Baylor, the Stockton manager, said in the pregame show with the setup of the fourth half, they have what they refer to as, they have an 8-man rotation. And each pitcher is paired up with a partner. This time around, it's Masset's turn to start tonight as the pitch to Abruzzo is low and inside. The count is 1-0. Abruzzo hitting .276, 8 home runs, 38 RBIs. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Masset, the right-hander, throws the 1-0 on the way. Swung on and missed. The count is now even 1-1. Beautiful curveball there by Masset. His curveball appears not to be along the lines of a sweeping curveball that you'll see from Daniel Davison, more of a 12-6 drop. Next pitch, a cutter inside. The count 2-1 to Abruzzo. The Quakes will be at High Desert this weekend, and then they will have a 7-game homestand starting Monday, August 2nd. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and Abruzzo takes a breaking ball. That misses low. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 men out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Masset is set. He holds that glove up near his face. He winds and kicks. The 3-1 on the way. Down low, ball 4. And Abruzzo draws a walk, so he is the first base runner of the night for the Quakes. Here's Adam Paskovich. Quakes baseball tonight brought to you by Vineyard Bank, your hometown bank and a proud sponsor of the home field team and Rancho Quakes. Vineyard Bank will be there when the next Quake hits a home run, and many more to follow. Now it's Adam Paskovich coming up. With Abruzzo away from first, 2 men out. Paskovich batting .217, a couple of home runs, and 16 RBIs. Here's the pitch, down low and away, 1-0. No score here in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Masset throws. Here's the 1-0 on the way. A little bit, or actually, I know, not a little bit low. It's right at the knees for a strike. 1-1. Masset was an 8th-round draft pick of the Rangers in 2000. But he didn't sign until May of 2001. Next pitch, swing and a pop-up. Third base side, foul territory, Fox. Over in foul territory, now drifting back and makes the catch off to his left. It's still in foul territory, but he made the catch on the third, just to the left of the third base tag. The inning is over. A walk for the man left on base. We head to the third. There is no score.
Great pitchers are legendary for their pinpoint precision. When it comes to welding and fabrication, you want that same precision on your team. That's why more people trust On-Site Mobile Welding. They're completely certified and have 30 years of experience. Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or emergency work, give them a call at 909-592-5074. On-Site Mobile Welding, located in Ontario at 1506 Francis Street. They can weld anything except a broken heart.
Pete's Rally Camp Ale presents Minor League Legends to Rally Around. Roswell slugger Joe Bauman ended the 1954 season batting .400 with 72 homers in what is considered the best single season ever. Not bad for a guy who was pumping gas the year before. For all you baseball and beer fans who love a great rally, we bring you Pete's Rally Camp Ale, a refreshing summertime brew with a hint of lemon from the makers of Pete's Wicked Ale. Enjoy one at home or at the ballpark. Pete's Brewing Company, San Antonio, Texas.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service. This Quakes broadcast is brought to you in part by David Darwin Flooring, a quality service since 1980. By Bonaldo Engineering, go with the winning team. By American Coating, they protect your investment. By The Beer Hunter, the place where friends gather. And by Rancho Auto Service. If it's needing fixing, trust Rancho Auto Service.
Joaquin Arias to lead off the top of the third. 0-0 to score. Toledo delivers. Arias drives it to the opposite field and deep. The playable for second and right, who reaches up and makes the catch. 1 out. So when you look at maximizing your pitches, and that is a good way to do that in the case of Jean Toledo. 1 pitch and 1 out to Arias, who is a very good ball player and can be dangerous when he gets on the base path. He has now retired Arias twice tonight so far in his first 2 at-bats. Patrick Boyd is the hitter. The same can be said for Nick Masset and how he is throwing so far. Maximizing his pitches, going right after the guys. Here's Boyd. First pitch is taken for a strike. The count is 0-1. The pitching philosophies of the Rangers and the Angels is very similar to how they approach it with their minor leaguers. There's a difference in how they structure their rotations. The pitch to Boyd is down low, 1-1. But the philosophy is still the same. Go out and get guys to hit your pitch. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, for a strike at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, top of the third. Toledo sets back. He kicks and throws. The 1-2 on the way. Fastball, strike 3 called on the outside corner. 2 men out. Well, Toledo has come back and has quickly retired the first 2 here in the inning. Now Juan Senrizo, who has a single in the first, is coming up. In the case of Masset, the starter tonight for Stockton, he's on a limited pitch count, only going 3 to 4 innings. Here's the pitch to Senrizo. He takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. With the exception of Steven Shell, there aren't too many guys in this Quakes pitching staff that rely on the strikeout. They can't. Here's the 0-1, lowered away. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the same can be said for some of the members of the Stockton Ports pitching staff. They've already lost a guy or a couple of pitchers recently this past week for the AA Frisco club. Next pitch swung on and fouled at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Napoli looked like he got a piece of that one, and it may have clipped him on his glove hand. 1-2 to count to Senrizo. Toledo holds the ball in his hand, goes for the glove. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 men out. He winds and throws. The pitch on the way. Swung on, broken back, hit into center field. And on comes Willits. On comes Willits with a slide, and off to his left. He makes the catch. Reggie Willits does it again. His speed, he can certainly track down balls in the outfield, and he does there. The side is retired. Nothing across here in the third. 2.5 in the books. nothing.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines, as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376.
You know the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way they get home as quickly as possible, and it's just a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home, not home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
B.J. Weed will lead off the bottom of the third inning. If you were not with us early on, B.J. Weed started the game in right field, and Javi Rodriguez, who started the game tonight at second base, left the ball game after the first inning, after his first at bat in the first inning. And B.J. Weed moved from right to second base. Stockton took the spot of Rodriguez in the lineup. Here's Weed. Swings at the first pitch, slices a foul, back off to the left, and up into the seats behind the Quakes' third base dugout. 0-1 the count. Weed hitting .282, 3 home runs, 36 RBIs. Masset throws, Weed swings, pulls a shot down the right field line, and foul into the corner. The count is 0-2. Talking about the fourth rotation of it being an 8-man rotation, they flip off as to who starts every other turn through the rotation. So the next time it's an 8-man rotation, and every pitcher in the rotation throws once every 4 days. Next pitch to Weed is low and inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The way Arnie Baylor, the manager of the Ports, was describing it in the pregame show, he said that every pitcher, they throw a bullpen session too in between their starts, which is on every 4th day, but it's a light bullpen session, and yet they are throwing basically what is the equivalent of every other day. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swinging a little pop-up over to third base. Fox is there and makes the catch, 1 out. Now that is the third pop-up so far through the first 8 hitters in the Quakes lineup tonight. 1-out, pitch is coming up. 0-0. We're in the bottom of the third. Kimpton hitting .171 with a home run and 3 RBIs. He'll soon be headed to the Olympics with the Australian national team. 1 man out. Masset stands with his feet apart. He kicks and comes home. The pitch, swinging a hard hit ball. And deep at the glove of the batting first baseman goal. He gets up. He'll flip over to Masset, covering the bag at first in time to get Kimpton. And a nice play there by Gold at first base. 3-1 on the putout. 2 men out. And Jason Sugden is coming up. Jason Sugden hitting .217 with a home run and 12 RBIs. Here's the windup and the pitch from Masset. Low and inside. The count is 1-0. Masset with the feet apart. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 men out. Here's the pitch to Sugden. swinging a big high chopper to second. Sargent is range at second. He'll underhand flip on the run over to first. And that retires second. And the Quakes go 1-2-3 here in the third. We move along out of the fourth. 0-0.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card Preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines, as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376.
First pitch to Adam Fox here in the fourth inning is taken for a strike. The count is 0-1. Adam Fox grounded to third in the first. Here's the 0-1 on the way from Toledo, swinging a high fly ball down the right field line. This one will land back up into the bleachers. No balls, 2 strikes to count. John Toledo so far 1 hit through 3 innings. He has allowed 2 walks and has struck out 2 batters. Here's the rock and the 0-2 pitch from Toledo. This is the outside. 1-2 to count. No score here in the top half of the fourth inning. Toledo, 2 rocks and kicks. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball pops up foul and out of play. This one is off to the right and leaves the ballpark. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Toledo has the look that he had in Visalia. That day he pitched the complete game. Here's the 1-2 on the way, swinging a bouncer to second base. Weed comes up, charges it, sets himself, now throws to first, and they get Fox. 1 out. Well, Eli has the look. He was in a rhythm that afternoon. He attacked the plate. Yes, he did a very good job of attacking the plate. 1 out, Nate Gold will be the hitter. And there were very few guys that took him to 3-ball counts. Here's the pitch to Gold, low and away to count 1-0. You know, already in this ball game, there is a 1 inning in which Toledo struggled with some of his control. And that was the second where he walked 2 batters. That did not come back to hurt him. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Gold swings and bounces it foul wide of third and down the line, 1-1. But he's not in 2-0, 3-0 situations, at least not when he has been on tonight. He's getting the ball and he's working at a quicker pace. 1-1, 1 out. Pitch low, and it is blocked by Napoli. 2-1. Lights beginning to gather their effect here at the Epicenter. Beautiful summer night. Expected to get down into the 70s here. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Quakes playing under some warm and really dry, windy conditions, as you could expect from the desert in Lancaster over the weekend. 2-1 pitch, popped up, foul territory, down the right field line. This one drifts back into the seats. Count is even at 2-2. Nate Gold, the batter, And one of those batters that drew a walk off of Toledo in the second. Toledo is set. And now he winds. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tomorrow night, starting on the mound for the Quakes, will be right-hander Rich Thompson. Matt Lorenzo will start on Wednesday for Stockton. Next pitch, just misses outside. 3-2. On Thursday, right-hander Edison Velquez will make his California League debut for Stockton against Stephen Shell. 3-2 pitch, swung on and hit past the diving lead and into right center field, a base hit. Toledo tried to hit the outside corner in that at bat to Gold. Then he went back out to the same part of the plate. This time, Gold went reaching for it and almost guided that ball into right center field. Gold has been on base now twice. Dustin Smith, the batter. Smith reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning. 1 out and a runner from first. The pitch to the plate. Swing and a tip into the glove of Napoli. The count is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Now the key is for Toledo. How he pitches in the stretch, turning the throw back to first. And back safely is Gold standing up. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Down low. Blocked by Napoli. 1 ball, 1 strike. When the bases are empty, Toledo is holding opponents to a .266 average. However, when runners are on base, opponents are hitting .313 against Toledo. The 1-1 pitch, low and away. It is blocked. 2 balls, 1 strike. And then Toledo, with his statistics this year, with runners in scoring position, he does seem to hunker down a bit, quite a bit actually. He's holding opponents to a .244 average with runners in scoring position, and with runners in scoring position in 2 outs, .241. 2 balls, 1 strike to Smith. The pitch on the way, swinging a bouncer. Back over the middle, Aybar fields it at short. Steps on the bag at second for 1, throws to first, and that's a double play, and in the inning. 1 hit, nobody left on base here at the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom of the inning. It's the Ports nothing and the Quakes nothing.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt & Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
This is the WB Presents Pepsi Smash. I'm your host, Nick Nano. Live with their top 10 hit from the platinum album, The Beautiful Lights Out, it's Switchfoot with Meant to Live. Switchfoot with Meant to Live live from Pepsi Smash. Catch all the hottest live performances every Thursday starting May 27th when the WB presents Pepsi Smash.
Morrissey, Kosinczyk, Maroon 5, Sting. Beginning Thursday, May 27th, the WB presents Pepsi Smash, bringing you the biggest acts every Thursday, 8, 7, be.
Quakes still looking for their first hit through 3 innings, and now we head to the bottom half of the fourth. The Quakes one time through the lineup so far has sent 10 men up to the plate in the first, what is now the first 3 innings. And there's just one man reached base. That was Jared Abruzzo with a 2-out walk in the second inning. Reggie Willits, Erick Aybar, and Mike Napoli here in the bottom of the fourth for Rancho. Nothing the score. Willits gets into the box. Nick Masset, the right-hander, winds and deals home. The pitch to the plate, taken way outside. And to the backstop, 1 ball, no strikes. Willits grounded to second in the first. Aybar, who was on deck, had a foul pop-up to the catcher. Napoli flied out to right. He is due up the third in the inning. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a shot to left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And Reggie Willits with the first hit of the night for Rancho. A 12-game hitting streak for Willits. A leadoff single coming up to the plate now with Erick Aybar. Erick Aybar, who has a 19-game hitting streak, will look to extend his streak to 20 games. Reggie Willits is having some sort of a month of July. Aybar at the plate, slightly open stance from the left side. Willits away from the bag at first. Here's the pitch. Aybar swings and he chops it foul wide of first. 0-1 to count. For Willits, this month, he came into the ballgame tonight in July, hitting .348, 13 RBIs, 11 stolen bases. No balls, 1 strike. Willits away. He does not go. The next pitch is low and inside. Aybar puts up the stop sign. The count is even now, 1-1. Twilight here at Rancho Cucamonga. Lighter skies beyond the horizon in left field, beyond the mountains. 1 ball, 1 strike. A warm day, but not too warm of a day, at least from what we experienced, comparing to what we experienced in Lancaster over the weekend. Turning the field back to first, and Willits is back. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. For Aybar, in the month of July, Willits, not only is he hitting .348, Aybar hitting .385. Now they've got Willits picked up. They go down to first. Willits chasing Willits, who broke back for a second. Now the third to the shortstop. Back to Masset. He's chasing him back over to the second baseman. And it's the second baseman Reeves that's going to apply the tag on Willits. Willits is caught stealing on that. It goes 1 to 3 to 6 to 1 to 4. So 1 out. 1 to 3 to 6 to 4 to 1. How about that? Now Aybar. That's with the bases empty. Fox drawn in at third on the grass. The pitch runs low and in. 2-1. Aybar steps back in the box. Digs himself in, taps the bat on home plate. Stands up on the plate from the left side. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a pulled ball on the ground to Gold at first. And Gold's going to race to the bag and win the race with Aybar for the unassisted putout. 2 men out now in the inning. Quakes baseball tonight is being brought to you by Yellow Book USA. Get your information up in the Yellow Book, not the other book. Game number 101 tonight. Game number 101 tonight for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Here's the pitch to Michael Napoli, taken for a strike. The count is 0-1. The 50th home game of the season. After the night, 19 more regular season home dates. Napoli flied to right in the second. Here's the 0-1. Fastball away. Count is even 1 ball, 1 strike. Masset stands with his right foot about the middle of the rubber. His left foot stands totally off of the rubber along the first base side. The 1-1 on the way as he rocks and throws. The next pitch is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Napoli. Masset stands 6'4", 230. 2-1. High fastball swung on and missed. 2-2 to count. Masset is in his 4th professional season. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Put away. It is blocked by Hiley. And it rolls back to the on-deck circle. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He pitched in the Gulf Coast League in 2001. Remember, he was selected in June of 2000, but he did not sign until almost the following May, almost a whole year later. Payoff pitch, check swing, tapper over to second base. Rings fields it from the dirt. He throws to first in time to get Napoli, and that does it for the Quakes in the 5th. 1 hit, nobody left on, and we head now to the 5th. Points to the Quakes, 0-0.
It's good to play together on the diamond, but it's even better to play together on your Xbox. When the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are not on the field, you can usually find them playing Xbox, the official gaming console of the 2004 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, with several new games for the whole family. Online play with Xbox Live and a new low price of $149. What better time than now to visit your local gaming retailer and pick up your very own Xbox. Xbox, now more than ever, it's good to play together.
Hi fans, Jason Anaforian here to tell you about Storage Max in Rancho Cucamonga. At the Quakes, we've had no worries storing our items at Storage Max. With the latest technology, Storage Max provides climate-controlled units keeping items from discoloration, fading, or getting dusty. This is especially great for the hot summertime weather in Rancho Cucamonga. Storage Max has units from 5x5s to 15x40s with 24-hour access. Storage Max is a new facility located at 8363 Foothill Boulevard between Vineyard and Grove Avenue in Rancho Cucamonga. Jack and Carmen, the managers of Storage Max, have helped us with great customer service. Now let them help you. If you're ready to move or just thinking about moving, give Jack and Carmen, the managers of Storage Max, a call at 909-949-3600. Again, that's 909-949-3600.
After 4 innings, 0-0 from the epicenter tonight. Quakes and the Ports. The Ports stay in town tomorrow night and Thursday night. And then the Quakes will head out for a 3-game trip this weekend up at Adelanto, take on the High Desert Mavericks. The Quakes then come home for a 7-game homestand, 4 with Inland Empire and 3 with Bakersfield. So then the Quakes will be off on the 9th. The Quakes will have 3 off days in the month of August before they head down into the stretch run here. The pitch to Hiley, and the leadoff batter is taken for a strike from Toledo. The count is 0-1 to the right-hander. You could say once you pass the 100 plateau mark in terms of games, you're along the stretch run. The 0-1 pitch swung on ground to the second. Lead to his right, quickly field, throws over the first, and Hiley is retired for the second out. And this is one of those times right now in the California League Super Division race where you looked at Lancaster, Lake Elsinore, Rancho, Cucamonga, and Inland Empire. And there's a second half race in which Lancaster, who is already in the playoffs, they are leading it. Only 3.5 games separate four teams. Here's the pitch to Range, and the pitch is in there for a strike from Toledo. The count is 0-1. But soon, maybe 3.5 games separates three teams, and then maybe two. Next pitch taken for a strike, and the count 0-2 from Toledo. Oh, he's dealing right now. One man out. Toledo to the glove. He's set, he rocks, and he kicks. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a softly hit line drive right to second base. Reed to his left to make the catch. Two men out. There is that sense of freshness when the second half starts. And again, this is around that time as you head into August. And August will be upon us this upcoming weekend. Things will start to separate themselves out a little bit. Here's the pitch down to Cameron Coughlin, and it's taken up high with a fastball, 1-0. Napoli's going to go out and talk with Toledo on the mound. 0-0. We're at the top of the fifth. Both starting pitchers have been fantastic tonight. The Ports with 2 hits, the Quakes with just 1. Coughlin, a comebacker to Toledo, his first run. Now he hits a line shot past Toledo, and that's in the center field, a base hit. Hard hit ball there by Coughlin, who is now 1 for 2. Joaquin Arias is coming up. Quakes baseball tonight on the radio, brought to you by Carl Buddig. With 9 distinct flavors, look for original Carl Buddig in your favorite grocer. Carl Buddig, a real slice of life. James Rouse and the Quakes hitting coach asked me before the ball game if the Ports still had Arias, and he looked at the lineup and he saw that they did. First pitch to Arias is in there for a strike. The count is 0-1, and he got a kind of a smile on his face. And he's a good ball player, and Arias is. Stands up in the right-handed batter's box. I think teams want to go up against everybody's best. This pitch is inside for a ball. The runner goes. The throw down the second. Hits off the glove of Aybar. The caroms in the right field. Saves at second base is Coughlin on the stolen base. He does not get up and advance any further. Aybar, his shortstop, covering the bag at second base, reached out to his left, kind of on a lunge. And the throw from Napoli hit off his glove. But DJ Weed was there, and so was Jason Sugden in shallow right quickly to get to that ball. The Ports trying to put a man in scoring position. 2 outs. 1-1 to count. They do now. The pitch is rolling away from the dirt. The runner goes to third. Napoli gets the ball up, goes down the third, past the base, applies the tag on Coughlin, and the side is retired. So maybe Coughlin being a little too aggressive here in the fifth as the last out of the inning is made at third. We head to the bottom of the fifth. This game remains 0-0.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt & Curley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Wymanite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
Family fun and so much more. Rancho, Cucamonga, Quakes, the excitement you've been looking for. Rancho, Cucamonga, Quakes.
Celebrate a birthday in style with Summer and the rest of the Quakes family here at the Epicenter. Packages include 12 cafe or club tickets, a special gift for the birthday person, a souvenir for each guest, a personalized cake, and more. Birthday packages for 12 people cost just $200.
Baseball. Cucamonga Quakes. It's the balls in the ball.
Well, nothing as we move to the bottom of the fifth. Talking about that last play in the top of the inning in which Coughlin, who was at second base, broke on a pitch in the dirt and was caught on the base pass at third base ending the inning. He perhaps may have misread the hop from the pitcher. Here is Mike David Gates, who swings and hits the first pitch high and deep to center field, but playable. And in center field, making the catch is Senriso. And there's one out. Gates hit that ball probably to about a few feet left of the 400-foot marker. And a couple feet shy of the warning line. Deep center field. Now Jared Abruzzo is coming up. Sports nothing, Quakes nothing. Bottom of the fifth, one man out. Jared Abruzzo walked his only time up tonight. The pitch taken for a strike. The count is 0-1. Nick Masset winds and kicks. Here's the 0-1 on the way. Swung on and missed. 0-2 the count. Clear night here at the epicenter. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the windup and the pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3 called, and Abruzzo knew it. 2 men out. Well, we are treated right now to a very good pitcher's duel. That's just the first strikeout for Masset. We're talking about the Stockton pitchers. They don't rely on the strikeout because they pitch once every 4th day, each of the 8 starters. And they're taught to maximize their pitches, 3 pitches or less to get a hitter out, stretch out their pitches. Now Adam Paskovich, the batter. Here's the windup and the pitch to the plate. It's taken inside. 1-0. And usually you don't see the Stockton pitchers, the starting pitchers, into the ball game much after the 4th inning. Here we are in the bottom of the 5th, 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch from Masset deals down low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. It's also credited the Texas Rangers staff. The Cincinnati Reds organization also employs the same type of pitching philosophy when handling pitchers down in the lower levels of their system. The 2-0 pitch, Paskovich takes down low. 3-0. And the objective in this type of pitching setup is to keep guys like Masset, keep their arms a little bit crisper, having them throw more often, getting more mound time. Next pitch is outside, ball 4, and Paskovich walks. That's also another key thing, getting them into a competitive situation, getting them out on the mound once every 4 days, no matter what, and getting as many guys out there. It's a way to take your pitching inventory, and it's just a different way of getting the amount of pitchers you have into the games as much as you possibly can. But as Arnie Baylor said before the ball game, he said, at the end of the year, the innings, it's still innings on the arm. First pitch to B.J. Reed is down low. 1 ball, no strikes. It's just a different form of how you choose to go about putting innings on your pitching staff's arms. Paskovich away from first. Reed popped out to third his first time up. The next pitch sails inside. 2 balls, no strikes. We're in the bottom of the 5th, and it is 0-0. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to the plate. Reed swings, pulls that one down the right field line, and foul. Down into the corner. The count is 2 balls and a strike. in this type of a game, you look for hits like that. One that's going to go foul that stays fair. The further this game goes along, with it being scoreless, the more the chances are that it's going to come down to one swing of the bat. Turning and throw to first, and pass the pitcher's back. Both ball clubs aggressive base runners. They just haven't been too many tonight. 2-1 to count. Masset peeks back over his shoulder. Now he stands upright. Here's the 2-1. Weed swings, breaks his back, tapper to the first baseman Gold. He fields it on the grass and calls off Masset. He'll step on the bag himself. The inning is over. One walk and one man left on base here in the bottom of the fifth. We move to the sixth, and nothing.
Please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too. Simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts. Not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep playing the slots and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For more info, call 1-800-4LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than original call pudding. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for original call pudding in 2.5 ounce, 8 ounce, and 1 pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's call pudding, a real slice of life.
Here come the Ports to bat in the top of the sixth inning. Stockton nothing, Quakes nothing. Toledo back out on the mound for Rancho. Joaquin Arias was at the plate when the fifth inning, top of the fifth inning, came to an end. Arias tonight 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to the right-hander. A curveball hits the outside for a strike. The count is 0-1. Arias is a guy that can steal bases. He's 20 of 28 on the base path. Dangerous when he gets on. A fastball runs up and in. 1-1. Well, so only our second and our final look at the Ports this year. You don't get a chance to see the teams in the North quite often, and sometimes it seems like they're in another league. Next pitch is up high, 2-1. One of the things that the players had said, and other coaches had commented on that around the league this season. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Arias. Swinging a ground ball to first. Abruzzo fields it, and now he bothers the bat, gets up, and he goes to the bag to try and tag it with his glove from his knees, and it's not in time, and Arias is aboard at first. So an error on Jared Abruzzo. Here's Patrick Boyd. It almost looked like on that ball, Abruzzo was calling off Toledo after he got the ground ball, and that's when the ball kind of popped out of his glove, or popped out of his hands, and he was not unable to hold on to it. Turning the throw back to first, and Arias is back. That is the first error in this ball game. Away from first base is Arias. Toledo kicks. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball over our heads and off to the left. This one back up on the roof. And out of the ballpark. No balls, one strike here in the top of the sixth. Arias away from first, held on by Abruzzo. Here it comes. It's a swung on. Hitting the right center field indeed. Sugden on the run. On the run in the alleyway. He's not going to get it. It went off the wall. Sugden fields it cleanly. Baylor's going to wave it around third base Arias, and he's going to steal with a slide. And that's a double with an RBI for Patrick Boyd. And it is 1-0 Stockton. Sugden played that ball off the wall about as well as you could play it. And Boyd just perfectly placed that ball up the alleyway. So a 1-0 Ports lead after the double and the RBI. Still now nobody out. So the air comes back to hurt the Quakes. Here is Juan Senrizo. Here's the pitch. Down low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Senrizo singled in the first, flied out to center in the third. Next pitch, swing, fly ball, out for his right center field. That one's going to get down for a hit. Sugden comes over, fields it off to his left, and Baylor puts on the stop sign for Boyd around third. The throw comes through to Napoli just out in front of home plate. Rounding the bag at first was Senrizo. He had to put on the brakes pretty hard and get back to the bag at first. Runners at the corners. That's a tough one. You know, there's nobody out. Baylor obviously knew that he could send Arias on the first hit from Boyd, but in this situation, nobody out. And you don't want to make the first out of the inning at home. Yet that ball was kind of in that little in-between zone. But Baylor made the decision that he was going to hold up the runner immediately. Now here's Fox. Fox swings, and he hits that one in the right center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Goes over the fielder to his left. 1 run will score. Heading over to third base with a slide and making it safely is Senrizo. Scoring on the play is Patrick Boyd from third base. And Adam Fox delivers an RBI single. And now the hits are beginning to mount up in this inning. It is 2-0 Stockton. And here comes Keith Comstock. So Toledo, who has been cruising along through 5 innings, he ran into a few control problems in the second. Now all of a sudden, as the Ports come to bat their third time through the lineup, begin to add on the hits. That is 3 consecutive hits following the leadoff error. Runners are at first and third now for Stockton, and it is 2-0 the score. Nate Gold will be the batter, and Comstock's got to go down and calm down Toledo. Now, there's going to be some activity getting up here in a moment in the Quakes bullpen, but it's tough. It is a tough break for Toledo. He has pitched so well, but now he can't worry about the 2 runs that have scored as Gold takes the breaking ball low and away, 1-0. He can't worry about the 2 runs that have already scored, but he's got to look for a ground ball here and minimize this inning. Next pitch, swinging a fly ball hit out in the center field. Rose comes on with a slide. He makes the catch. Now tagging at third is Senrizo. He's going to come through to the plate on a slide, and he gets in safely. So Willits robs Gold of a hit, but not of an RBI. And scoring on the sacrifice fly is Senrizo. It is 3-0 Stockton. For Gold, his 68th RBI of the season. Reggie Willits still playing a strong defensive outfield right now. And he has had some opportunities over the last couple of nights to cut down balls like that shallow to different parts of the shallow outfield. Now Dustin Smith, the batter, the right-hander, takes the first pitch down low, 1-0. Patrick Boyd, the double that he had in this inning, knocked in his 9th run of the year. Adam Fox is the 63rd RBI of the year with his single, and Gold his 68th RBI. Breaking ball to Dustin Smith. Misses outside, 2-0. This inning started with an error. Joaquin Arias reached base on an error on a bruiser. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 man out. Now Toledo from the belt. He throws the pitch, swinging a ground ball to second. Weak fields it, puts over to Aybar, throw for 1, throws to first in the dirt. It cannot be handled by Abruzzo. Safe on the back end of the play is Dustin Smith. Out at second for the second out of the inning is Adam Fox on the force out that goes 4-6. So 2 outs. Here's Chris Hiley swinging a ground ball to second. Up with it is Reed. He throws over to first. The inning is over. Wow, I mean, everybody that came up in that inning swung early in the count. But Toledo, after giving up 2 runs, settles down and pitches damage control and does it nicely after Comstock visits the mound in the inning. With the fourth, strike for 3 here at the top of the inning. Now we head to the bottom half of the 6th. Stockton 3 and the Quakes nothing.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt & Curley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Lymanite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
Faucets leaking, termites, feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look at your face. The other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
Well, the Quakes have a tough task at hand. They're trailing 3-0 as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning against a man tonight that is only allowed just 1 hit. And the Quakes need 3 runs to tie this ball game up, and yet they have only had 3 base runners tonight through 5 innings. Toledo pitched 5 scoreless until the top of the 6th inning. And now the Quakes try to come up and wreck the shutout bid for Masset. Gibson drops it up along the third base line. It's picked up quickly by Howley, the catcher. He spins from the grass and throws to first in time to get Kimpton 1 out. That ball rolled up along the third base line, and not that far. Howley behind the plate with his mask off, picked the ball up bare hand. Right in the dirt cutout area, just as the ball was approaching the grass. So Kimpton tries to get on and use his speed, and he is out 2-3. Here is Jason Sudden. Sudden is 0 for 1 tonight. Not originally in the starting lineup at the outset of the night. The pitch, Sudden takes a breaking ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes, 1 man out. Here's the windup. And the pitch to the plate, Sudden swing. He's got 1 out towards left field. On comes Coughlin with a dive, and he makes the catch. Somewhat of a diving, more of a sliding attempt at his knees. And Coughlin caught it off to his left. So your defense is going to play better, too, behind you when you're pitching like Masset is. So Reggie Willits is coming up. 2 outs. Willits with a single in the 4th. The only hit of the night so far for the Quakes. Stockton 3, Rancho nothing, bottom of the 6th. Here's Masset. He throws. The pitch is a changeup that misses high. The count 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 men out. Willits stands off the plate and up in the box on the left side. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball in the hole at first. Gold fields it cleanly. Now he flips underhand over to Masset, covering the bag at first. In time to get Willits. And that's the way you keep momentum in your dugout. 1, 2, 3 go the Quakes. And Masset has pitched 6 shutout innings tonight for Stockton. We move to the 7th. It's 3-0 Port.
Teamwork. It's important on the field and off. When it comes to engineering services, more people are teaming up with Bonaldo Engineering. They feature a full spectrum of structural, consulting, engineering, and design build services. Whether it's commercial, industrial, or residential, go with a winning team. Bonaldo Engineering. For information or a consultation, call 944-9992 or stop by their office at 9480 Utica Avenue, Suite 607. Bonaldo Engineering, a proud sponsor of Quakes Baseball.
Part of the hitting instructor's job is to analyze the effectiveness and mechanics of a ball player's swing. Doesn't your car or truck deserve that same attention to detail? The automotive professionals at TLC Auto Center knows it does. For 11 years, they've been the pros you can depend on to expertly troubleshoot and repair your vehicle. From minor to major repairs to routine maintenance, you can rely on TLC Auto Center. Visit them just below Foothill on Monte Vista.
If you've got kids, then you've got stains. If your house has carpet, that means trouble. If your couch is strategically placed over ground-in Play-Doh or grape juice, you may want to consider a new direction in flooring. David Darwin Flooring can show you the latest in easy-care, beautiful hardwood flooring, perfect for today's families. For installation, refinishing, and resurfacing, call David at 645-2464. That's David Darwin Flooring, a quality service serving the Inland Empire since 1980.
7th inning is swung on off the bat of claimed range and hit in the left field, and that's a base hit. So a leadoff hit for the Stockton Forts here in the top of the 7th. It's 3-0 Forts, and Cameron Coughlin is the hitter. After the pitch on the grass at third, and Coughlin bunts it foul behind the Napoli at the plate, and it rolls back to the screen. 0-1 the count. Hector Estacio has grabbed the ball. He is warming up in the Quakes bullpen down the left field line. 3 runs, 7 hits for the Ports, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Quakes. Abruzzo holds on Smith, who leads away from first. 0-1 the count. The pitch. Coughlin swings and lifts a high fly ball in the right center field. Seguin, the right fielder, over in the gap, reaches up, he makes the catch, and back to first base goes Range. 1 out. Quakes baseball tonight on the radio, brought to you by the Microsoft Xbox, the official gaming console of the 2004 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The Microsoft Xbox, a proud sponsor of Quakes baseball on the radio. Joaquin Arias, he started the rally in the 6th. He reached on an error, turned in the throw back to first, and back safely is Range. Toledo is losing this game by now 3-0. But it doesn't take away from the performance he has had tonight outside of the complete game. This is the longest outing. A turn in the throw back to first, and Arias is picked off. So they get Arias, or I should say Arias, Range. Range, the runner at first, is picked off. Now 2 men out. Here's the pitch home to Arias. A bunt. Up along the third base side, picked up by Toledo. Off within the left of the mound. He fields, throws to first in time, and that ends the inning. So Toledo picks off a guy here in the 7th, and that is a quick inning here in the top of the 7th. Stretch time here at the epicenter. The score, Stockton 3, and the Quakes nothing.
From Pomona to Palm Desert and beyond, Williams Scotsman's Riverside office serves the Inland Empire's mobile office needs with quality products, responsive service, and one of the largest inventories in the industry. Williams Scotsman provides such temporary and relocatable space as in-plant offices, field offices, storage containers, field labs, and classrooms. They'll even custom design to match your specifications. Just call the Riverside office at 1-800-782-1500. Williams Scotsman, your mobile office specialist in Riverside.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt & Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
Talking to Allstate agents Bob Johnston and Diane Combs can really make a driver feel safe. When you call Bob Johnston at 946-1066 or Diane Combs at 986-1257, you get a knowledgeable insurance agent who's there when you need help, whose name is in the same book as yours, who can see if you qualify for discounts or tell you what insurance on a new car will cost. But no one has people like Allstate. Allstate Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois. Call Bob Johnston in Upland at 946-1066 or Diane Combs in Ontario at 986-1257. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Bottom of the 7th inning with the score Stockton 3, Rancho nothing. Nick Masset, who has started tonight's ballgame, still on the mound as he works here in the bottom of the 7th inning on a one-hit shutout. The pitch to Erick Aybar, who has a hitting streak on the line. He runs up and swings over the top of that pitch. And this is the count is 0-1. Now time is called. And Aybar steps out of the box. The home plate is dusted off by Chris Bakke. One strike to count. Here's the windup and the pitch to the plate. Breaking ball outside. 1-1 to count. Erick Aybar with a foul pop-up to the catcher Hiley in the first. Grounded to first base in the fourth. A 19-game hitting streak on the line. Tied for the longest in the league. Next pitch going inside. 2-1. Masset to the glove. Here's the windup. The 2-1 on the way. Aybar swings and hits a shot foul. Pulled to first. And off of the first base dugout, fielded by James Rowson, the hitting coach, now at the first base coach's box. James Rowson will come in and coach first in the later innings. 2-2 to count to Erick Aybar. Masset winds and throws. The pitch on the way. Aybar swings and a little chopper foul again. Aybar making Masset throw some pitches here, which he has not had to do too much of tonight. He has not had to labor and work through too many hitters. The Quakes have had 3 base runners tonight. They've never put on 2 base runners at any time in this ball game. 2-2 to count. The windup. Here's the pitch to Aybar. Runs inside, and that grazes him. And hits Aybar on the inner right side. And a leadoff base runner for Rancho. For Aybar, if the Quakes can stay out of a double play in this inning, and can at least send up one more than the minimum to the plate here in the 7th, and then Aybar would get a chance, get one more shot at it, assuming the Quakes are trailing heading to their last at bat. The pitch to Napoli is a fastball fired outside. He holds up on a check swing And the count is 1-0. Assuming that is the case, then Aybar would have one more shot and extending his hitting streak. 1-0 to count. But the Quakes are trailing now 3-0. Here in the bottom of the 7th, looking to get something going. Aybar bluffs at first. Breaking ball runs inside. Napoli steps into that ball before backing out of the way. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. That runs inside, off the glove of Hiley, and down to second base goes Aybar, and that is a pass ball. Ball was up and in. It wasn't the easiest ball to catch, but it was catchable. Hiley kind of came out of his crouch, and really what happens more or less on pass balls a lot of the times is the catcher and the pitcher get their signs crossed up. And that is exactly what happened there with Hiley, the catcher, and Masset on the mound. They got their signs crossed up. 3-0. Now Aybar is at second base. The Quakes getting activity now up into the bullpen. Here's the pitch to Napoli, swinging a foul and out of play. On the out-of-town scoreboard in the California League, we have no scoring update right now from Lancaster, which means they have not phoned in the score of that contest. Here's the 3-1. Aybar breaks. The pitch is outside. Ball 4. Go down to third base. Got him high. Taking the ball is Richard Gerardo, and it draws the protest from Fox, the third baseman. And here comes Arnie Baylor out the clock with Richard Gerardo. Napoli walks on the play. He walks, okay? Aybar steals third. First and third now, nobody out. And Arnie Baylor is not going to put up much of an argument that he says his two P's. He's gets in his 2 cents, and now he's headed back to the dugout. For Aybar, it's his 42nd stolen base in 71 attempts. And a walk for Napoli. David Gates is 0 for 2, and now he is the batter. So the Quakes now have their 2 base runners on at a time tonight. Masset, the stretch. Here's the pitch to the plate. Gates swings and grounds out one in the hole. Back there by scored by Arias. He fields. He goes for second. Not in time. Everybody's safe. A hit for Gates. And coming in to score for third is Aybar. The Quakes are on the board, and they are trailing 3-1. So an infield hit, and now this is going to bring out what is not the pitching coach. Actually, the pitching coach is on vacation right now for the Stockton courts, and one of the minor league pitching coordinators, Lee Tunnell, is out to the mound to visit with Masset. A run in the inning. The Quakes have now put the potential tying runs on the base path, with Gates representing the tying run at first base, with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. So the shutout is gone. Jared Abruzzo is going to be the hitter. The Texas Rangers, they give each minor league coach gets a week off for vacation, including the managers, during the season. Now, Jared Abruzzo coming out. So pitching coach Andy Hawkins is on vacation this week. First and second, nobody out. Here's Abruzzo. Masset throws the pitch, swinging a slow tapper foul up along the first base side. The count is 0-1. Abruzzo walked in the second, struck out looking in the fifth. And by Celia tonight, Quakes leading the Athletics 9-5, top of the sixth. Inland Empire with a 4-1 lead at home tonight over High Desert. That's in the top of the third. 0-1 to count. San Jose 3, Bakersfield 2, top of the seventh from Municipal Stadium. No balls, one strike. Peek back at second. Masset now throws. Here's the pitch. Fastball runs down low. 1-1. Fans beginning a rhythmic clap here at the ballpark. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and clipped at the plate. 1-2. That was a devastating changeup there by Masset. One ball, two strikes to count. Look back at second. Here's the pitch. Abruzzo swings and misses. That one ran in on his hands. And Abruzzo is the first out of the inning. So runners hold at first and second for Adam Paskovich. And Arnie Baylor now is quick to come out of the dugout, and he is going to the bullpen, and he is not going to let Masset lose this one. So runners are at first and second for the Quakes. They trail 3-1 in the bottom of the seventh. We'll take a 60-second break and come back and give you the rundown on the new Stockton pitcher right after this.
We at KWRM 1370 know that you have a choice when it comes to sports radio, and we also know that you're in the right place. By airing the local games that matter most to you, KWRM is your Orange County and Inland Empire sports leader. Whether it's professional baseball, college basketball, or high school football, no one delivers the best and exciting local play-by-play like KWRM. Check out our new website at KWRM1370am.com. That's KWRM1370am.com, and thanks for being a part of our all-star lineup.
Bill Akins is the new pitcher for the Stockton Ports. Akins, 6'6", 200 pounds, currently resides in Bel Air, Maryland, and he was acquired as a free agent pickup by the Stockton or by the Texas Rangers farm system this year. Akins on the mound right now for the Stockton Ports, with runners at first and second and one out, and Adam Paskovich is the hitter for Akins and the Ports. This is a tight situation. The Quakes have already scored a run in the inning to make it a 3-1 Stockton lead, but they have the tying runs aboard. Akins is 1-0, 2.84 earned run average. He has pitched in just 5 games so far for the Stockton Ports. Now the batter, Adam Paskovich, 0 for 1 tonight. The pitch, down low, in the dirt, it gets away, and the third base, moving up, is Napoli, or moving up, from third to third base is Napoli, engaged to second. So a pass ball. That is the second pass ball to Hiley here in the inning. But that ball looked like it clipped, and indeed it did. It clipped plate umpire Chris Bakke. I don't know if Bakke took one under the throat or had his wind knocked out of him, for a moment. I think that one may have clipped him right underneath where the mask is. One ball, no strikes to count. And now Baki looks like he's okay as Armando Rivas out to tender him. So the third base goes Napoli, and Gates is at second. Now a base hit ties this ball game up. 2 passed balls in the inning. Paskevich walked his last time. The 1-0 to the right-hander. Runs inside. 2 balls, no strikes. For Atkins, he's pitched 12 2/3 innings, or Aikens 12 2/3 innings. 15 strikeouts, 4 walks. The 2-0, highlight kick from the stretch. Fastball down low. 3-0. Third base is Fox. Playing even with the bag. Ready to cut off a run, perhaps even check Napoli. The ball kicked up. Pitches down low. Ball 4. Highly called time. They go off with Aikens. That's the second walk drawn on tonight by Adam Paskevich. And the bases are loaded now. DJ Weed will come up. Paskevich is at first. Bates at second. Napoli at first. And a base hit now, as we told you, tie the ball game, but an extra base hit perhaps to give the Quakes the lead. They have trailed all night. No, they haven't trailed all night. They've either been tied, but they have never led in this ball game. Here's the pitch to B.J. Weed, taken down low, and the count is 1 ball, no strikes. B.J. Weed hitting .282, 3 home runs. 36 RBIs on the season prior to tonight. He is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. The count is even now at 1-1. B.J. Reed this year 1 for 8 with the bases loaded. The Quakes as a club hitting .211. The 1-1, runners lead. Slice ball to the shallow left. That's going to get down a base hit. Fielding it quickly is Fogler. He is playing right there. Everybody moves up 92. An RBI single for B.J. Reed. And this is a 1-run game. 3-2 Stockton. B.J. Reed is 37th RBI of the night. He hit that ball in the perfect spot because Coghlan, had he hit that ball any harder, Coghlan is there to run it down. In shallow left. Third base is Gates. Paskevich is second base. Reed at first. Here's Nick Timpton. The Quakes enters the bottom of the inning, trailing 3-0. They had just 1 hit prior to this inning, and now a base hit to give them the lead. Timpton swings and misses at the first pitch. The count is 0-1. You talk about momentum in a game, you also have to talk about momentum in this series. And this could be a big momentum shifter early on in game 1 for the Quakes if they can come back in this game. The pitch to Timpton is taken for a strike at the knees. The count is 0-2. 1 man out. Pause at the belt. Here's the 0-2 on the way. Timpton swings. And that's the pop-up foul. Out of play, out of the ballpark, beyond the seats. 0-2. Timpton tonight grounded to first in the third and tried to bunt for a hit his last time up in the sixth. 0-2 to count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Timpton strikes out. He strike out there for Aikens. The runners hold. Quakes. So far. They've come so far in this inning. They are yet so close. With one base hit away. But they do not want to strand the bases loaded. Jason Sugden at the plate with 2 outs. The pitch. Strike one from Aikens. Here it comes. Down low and inside. Down is even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Three to 2 Stockton. Bottom of the 7th. Bases loaded for the Quakes. There's Lee. And the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and bounced foul. Down the third base line. 1-2. Jason Sugden this year is 1 for 4 with a couple of RBIs with the bases loaded. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Aikens a low set, the 1-2. Breaking ball low and inside. And it's blocked nicely by Hiley behind the plate to count 2-2. They've gone low and in this at bat to Sugden. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Here's the pitch for the plate. Breaking the bat, swung on and fouled off to the left. No, not a broken bat, but it swung on and fouled to the left. That ball ran in on the hands of Sugden, and there was a very defensive swing, as if almost to protect himself from being hit. 2-2 to count. So Aikens going in hard on that last pitch to Sugden. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Now he takes a little bit off of that one, and it swung on and missed out over the plate. The side is retired. So he strikes out the side here in the 7th inning, or the side is struck out in the 7th. 2 strikeouts by Aikens, 1 by Masset. The Quakes scored twice. They pulled it within a run. The bases are left loaded, and heading out of the 8th. It's 3-2 Stockton.
Hi fans, Jason Anapoyan here to tell you about Storage Max in Rancho, Cucamonga. At the Quakes, we've had no worries storing our items at Storage Max. With the latest technology, Storage Max provides climate-controlled units keeping items from discoloration, fading, or getting dusty. This is especially great for the hot summertime weather in Rancho, Cucamonga. Storage Max has units from 5x5s to 15x40s with 24-hour access. Storage Max is a new facility located at 8363 Foothill Boulevard between Vineyard and Grove Avenue in Rancho, Cucamonga. Jack and Carmen, the managers of Storage Max, have helped us with great customer service. Now let them help you. If you're ready to move or just thinking about moving, give Jack and Carmen, the managers of Storage Max, a call at 909-949-3600. Again, that's 909-949-3600.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt & Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeway. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
Stockton after the Quakes scored twice in the bottom of the 7th inning. And now the Quakes have a new pitcher here in the top half of the 8th inning. John Toledo tonight has allowed 3 runs. Here's the pitch, swinging a chopper foul up along the first base side to Patrick Boyd. The count is 0-1. Dustin Griffith is the new pitcher. Toledo 7 innings pitched tonight, and 3 runs allowed. on 7 hits. He walked 2, struck out 2. The next pitch, Boyd swings and looks a high fly ball, pulled 20 foul down the right field line. And out of play, the count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Griffith for the stretch. He throws the pitch. Breaking ball outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to the plate. Runs inside. 2-2. Dustin Griffith this year, 2-5, a 3.76 ERA. I believe that the earned runs for Toledo increased at 2 earned. Lead. Next pitch swung on top foul. Back up into the seats. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Boyd. Doubled and scored in the 6th. Knocked in a run. Struck out looking to the 3rd. Grounded to 1st, in the 1st. Griffith deals. Next pitch swung on. Bounced foul. Back over the dugout. 2-2 to count. Two to count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Justin Griffith in his last outing. He pitched on Saturday night at Lancaster. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned and struck out a batter. Juan Senrizo, 2 for 3 at the plate. The pitch, swinging a pop of foul. Behind home plate, this one is coming back and hits off the facing of the ledge. Just in front of the box seat and bounces up above. 0-1 to count. $2,761 tonight's attendance here at the Epicenter. Here's the 0-1 on the way. Breaking ball down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the next pitch to the plate. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a tapper foul up along the first base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Three runs, 7 hits, no errors for Stockton. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Quakes. Griffith goes for the glove. He kicks now, the 1-2 on the way. Swung on and missed in the 3rd. And Napoli, who started to throw down the 3rd, now sets himself and throws the 1st to complete the strikeout. And I have to say that from first look at that, right now, put up by Chris Bonke saying to the Quakes dugout that it did bounce in the dirt. I think the Quakes were wondering, did that really bounce in the dirt? Napoli was ready to fire it down to 3rd base, and then Senrizo broke for the bag. 2 outs. Here's Adam Fox. The pitch. Low and away. 1-0. In the bottom of the 8th for the Quakes, Willits, Aybar, and then Napoli. So they've got the right part of the lineup that they would want up, trying to keep it at a 1-run deficit. Griffith throws. The 1-0 pitch, making for a stride. 1-1. Adam Fox singled in a run in the sixth. 1 for 3, grounded to third in the first, grounded to second in the fourth. 1-1. Napoli setting up outside. Pitch to the plate, swinging a foul off to the right. That ball hit off the facing of the overhang and bounced back down off of the windows to our right of one of the suites down all the way at the end of the suite level here. Down below in the seats. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Here's the 1-2 on the way. Swinging a fly ball, hit up the alleyway, left center field. That's going to get in there for a hit. Bates over to Stockton over to cut off the ball, cannot do it. As Willits gets the ball back to the infield. Adam Fox has a double here in the eighth. Nate Gold is the batter. Nate Gold walked in the second, singled in the fourth, had a sacrifice fly and an RBI in the sixth. 2 outs. And away from second base is Fox. Griffith throws home the pitch. Breaks low and inside. 1-0. Vaughn Sturzbach is throwing down the line in the pen for the Quakes. 1-0 the count. And the pitch to the plate. Swinging a long fly ball to left field. Simpson going back in the gap at the track at the wall. Looks up, and that ball is high off the wall. Coming in to score on the play is Fox. And no, that's a home run. That ball hit off of, I thought so, that ball hit off of the second tier of advertisements above the Bud Light advertisement in left center field. So that is a 2-run home run for Nate Gold, and it is a 5-2 Stockton Ports lead. For Gold, his 14th home run of the year, and now his 69th and 70th RBIs of the season. The Quakes had played that ball, and it caromed immediately back onto the field of play. Here's Dustin Smith. Pitch is low and away, 1-0. And that ball had caromed back into the field of play. Richard Gallardo, the base umpire, was jogging out towards left center. Next pitch is down low. 2-0 the count. And not yet made the play. Well, Gold had stopped at second base. And once he was there, Gold, go home. 2-0 pitch. That one's struck. Up in the alleyway, left center field. That one's going to be where no one's going to get it. It went off the wall. A bare hand field by Willits off the wall in left center field. He gets the ball back to the infield. A double for Dustin Smith here with 2 outs in the top of the eighth. Now the Quakes got within a run in the seventh, and now they trail 5-2. And this whole inning coming with 2 outs and the base is empty. This was after Griffith struck out the first 2 he faced. Chris Hiley 0 for 3. A look back at second by Griffith and the pitch home. Fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count. They're in the top of the 7th inning at San Bernardino tonight. Inland Empire leading High Desert 6-1. 1 strike to count. Now time is called as Hiley steps in and out of the box. 2 outs away from second base, Dustin Smith. 5-2 score. We are in the top half of the 8th inning. Griffith throws home. The 0-1. Swung on in there. 0-2 the count. Now the Quakes are right back in the same situation they were in, heading into the bottom of the 7th, at the very least. Oh, and 2 the count. Griffith to the plate. check swing. Highly does not hold up. He goes around swinging on strike. And the side is retired. 2 runs go for the Courts. Some insurance runs here in the top of the 8th. 3 hits. No errors. A man left on base. We move now to the bottom of the 8th. Willits to lead it off. It is 5-2. Stockton.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look at your copy of the book. Posers, florists, grocers, water cruisers, bakers, choosers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, tented, salty, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, farm there, wide well, take a look at your
other book. To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than original called budding. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for original Carl Buddig in 2.5-ounce, 8-ounce, and 1-pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Buddig, a real slice of life.
Stockton 5 and the Quakes 2 as we move along now to the bottom of the 8th inning. Quakes right back to where they were at as they headed into the bottom of the 7th. Reggie Willits will lead it off. Aybar and then Napoli. On the mound now for the Stockton Courts, Phil Akins, who was able to pitch as the down to pitch to Willits is taken down low for a ball, 1-0. Akins pitched his way out of the 7th inning, striking out 2. There's the 1-0 on the way. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Akins winds and wheels. Here's the 1-1 on the way. Swinging a ground ball past the diving box. Down the left field line, a base hit. And Willits is aboard. Second hit of the night for Willits. He has a single. Here is Erick Aybar. One thing to say about the Quakes offense, you can't give up. It's going to take a couple of hits to swing some momentum back to the Quakes side in this contest. Erick Aybar, the batter. Aybar with the hitting streak on the line right now. Swings and chops a chopper to second base. Ring, Fields throws over to first to get Aybar. So unless the Quakes make something more of this ball game, Aybar may have had his last chance at extending the game. The ground ball to second for the first out. Range's only play was the first. Willits takes second base. Napoli the batter. Quakes looking to answer with anything here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They think can get at least one of those runs back. Napoli is walked. He is also 0 for 2 on the night. The pitch from Akins is taken for a strike. The count is 0-1. Stockton 5, Quakes 2, bottom of the 8th inning. Look back at second. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. And the count is 0-2. Aiken stands with the ball behind his back, now goes to the glove. A look back at second. Here's the 0-2. Strike three called on the outside corner, and Napoli's pointing to where he thought that ball was, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him. That ball was 4 inches off the plate on the outside. 2 men out. And David Gates is the batter. David Gates had an infield hit, knocked in a run in the 7th inning. Stockton 5, Quakes 2. Breaking ball, blowing away. That ball hits off of the glove of Hiley. Down to third base goes Willits. And another pass ball. That's the third pass ball of the night. Charged to Hiley behind the plate. The count to Gates. Aiken throws low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. On the out-of-town scoreboard, the Angels at home tonight leading Texas 2-0. Ball game headed to the bottom of the 8th inning. Big series there for the Angels. Next pitch swung on and fouled back to the screen. 2-1 to count. Oakland beating Seattle 5-3, and that's the final now. That ball game had just ended in Oakland. The 2-1. Gates swings hit that one center field. Then Lucio playing deep now on the charge and off to his right, makes the running catch. And that was a matter of Gates hitting the ball too hard. Well, he hit it, but he hit it right to Senrizo in center field. Eventually, the inning comes to an end. 1 hit, man left on. We move out of the 9. Stockton 5, Quakes 2.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira-Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt and Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
This is the WB Presents Pepsi Smash. I'm your host, Nick Zano. After scoring a #1 hit with Last Train Home, here's Lost Profits live with their new single, Wake Up, Make a Move. With Wake Up, Make a Move live for Pepsi Smash. Catch all the hottest live performances every Thursday starting May 27th when the WB presents Pepsi Smash.
Limp Bizkit, Lenny Kravitz, Hoobastank, Aerosmith. Beginning Thursday, May 27th, the WB presents Pepsi Smash, bringing you the biggest acts every Thursday, 8/7 Central on the WB.
Stockton 5, Quakes 2 as we head to the top of the 9th inning. Craig Rings, followed by Cameron Coughlin, and then Joaquin Arias for the Stockton Fords here in the 9th, and they will face new Quakes pitcher Vaughn Sturzbach. Sturzbach facing Rings to lead it off, and this season Sturzbach, this is obviously not a safe situation, but he's 1-1 with a 2.18 ERA, 15 saves so far. 33 innings pitched on the season with the Quakes. Sturzbach fires home. The pitch is low and inside to count 1-0. Quakes will hope to at least just be down by 3 as they come to bat in the ninth. Next pitch one left, Blue, on the left field line, that's a base hit. Beyond the reach of Passage, going over to slide and cut the ball off as Kimpton. The ball kicked away from him, and into second base with a double is Reed. So, a leadoff double, and what was a pitcher's duel at the start of this ball game has now turned into some offense taken over, specifically by the Stockton Ports. That is the 8th hit for Stockton in the last 3+ innings. They had just 3 hits through the first 5. Cameron Coughlin, the batter. Passage in at the grass at third. Aruzo in at first. Coughlin shows bunt, pulls back and takes a strike, 0-1. It's just an insurance run, but it's a big one that the Ports have at second base because it puts the game to where the Quakes would need a grand slam to tie it in the bottom of the ninth, at least, if they can get that run home. The 0-1 pitch, Coughlin bunts this one foul up along the third base line. 0-2. The Angels are batting, and now they are actually heading to the ninth inning now from Angels Stadium. Percival's coming on to try and close this one out for the Angels tonight with a 2-0 Anaheim. Top of the ninth coming up from Angels Stadium. Cleveland over Detroit 10-6. Next pitch to Coughlin is up and outside, 1-2. The Yankees beat Toronto 7-4. The Skydome. Tampa Bay at home over Kansas City 6-2. Minnesota beats the White Sox 7-3. 1-2. And shortstop goes. The next pitch is swung on and chopped out beyond that circle. Boston at Baltimore tonight. That game was postponed. How about that fight that the Yankees and Red Sox had the other day? 1-2 to count to Coughlin. Coughlin is 1-3. Third spot, kicks, he throws the pitch, swinging a bounce to the short. Aybar comes up, fields the ball, steps himself, goes to first, and there's Dyer. Just by a step. One out, and Arias is going to be the batter. Arias tonight is 0-4. Reached on an error and scored in the 6th. The Dodgers lost their ball game at Colorado 7-2. One out, a runner from second. Here's the pitch. Arias takes a breaking ball. He got out of the way of that one, somewhat fooled by the pitch. Thought perhaps maybe it was going to come in a little bit closer than it did. 1-0. Sturtzbach looks back at second. Pawns at the belt. Napoli setting up outside the 1-0 pitch. Over the plate and taken for a strike. The count is even at 1-1. They're in the top of the ninth now in San Diego at Petco Park tonight. The Giants are leading the Padres 6-3. The 1-1 to Arias. Swinging a fly ball. Hit the center field. Willits on his horse. Moving over. Now he makes the catch in front of the track. Hogging at second is Reed. And he will move to third base. A fly ball to center field off the bat of Arias. 2 outs in the inning. Patrick Boyd will be the hitter. Florida beats Philadelphia 5-2 at Pearl Potter Stadium tonight. The Mets in Montreal, they defeat the Expos 4-2. Pittsburgh at home over Atlanta 8-4. St. Louis beats Cincinnati for the second night in a row. They shut out the Reds 6-0. They went 11 innings last night. Here's Boyd. He takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Cubs on the road beat the Brewers 7-1. The 0-1 to Boyd. Fastball runs inside. And ball, 1 strike. Here it is 5-2 Stockton. Top of the 9th inning. A runner at third base, that's Craig Reeves. And ball, 1 strike, 2 men out to Boyd. Double gonna run in the 6th. The pitch. Strike called. And the count 1-2. Boyd's double actually broke the scoreless ball game at that time. Hit it off the right center wall. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Houston at home tonight, 10-3 winners over Arizona. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good shot from the belt. Now he throws the 1-2 on the way, swung on and fouled back to the screen. 1-2. Five runs on 11 hits for Stockton. 2 runs, 4 hits in there for the Quakes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Next pitch just misses inside. 2-2. Range from third. Sturtzbach looks over. He waits for Boyd to get back in the box. He's set. Here's the 2-2 taken inside. Three balls, 2 strikes. Sturtzbach last pitch on Saturday night. Did not pick up a save in the ballgame, but closed out the Quakes' victory. The 3-2 on the way, swung on and missed. So he strikes out Boyd, and the runner at third is stranded there, ending the 9th. Last chance for the Quakes. It's been an exciting one tonight as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Abuso, Kosovich, and Reed coming up. The Force are leading this one 5-2.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than original collard budding. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for original Carl Buddick in 2.5 ounce, 8 ounce, and 1 pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Buddick, a real slice of life.
Family fun and so much more. Rancho, Cucamonga, Quakes, the excitement you've been looking for. Rancho, Cucamonga, Quakes.
Reserve a pregame picnic at the Epicenter for a unique group experience. After the picnic, your group of 25 or more will move to your seats to watch the game. All options include all you can eat and drink, plus your game tickets. Choose from 3 great menu options. Prices start at just $15 per person.
Family fun and so much more. Rancho, Cucamonga, Quakes, the excitement you've been looking for. Rancho, Cucamonga, Quakes, it's a home.
David Masset on the pitch now in the bottom of the 9th inning. To try and close this one out for the Stockton Ports. It is 5-2 Stockton as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning here. Final throw going down to second base. Let's get you the numbers on Missouri. 5-1 on the year, a 3.18 ERA in 38 games. He has saved just 1 ball game so far. 51 innings pitched for Missouri. 32 hits. He has walked 18, struck out 39 on the season. 5-2 the score. Ports Bottom of the ninth inning. Here's the pitch to Abruzzo, leading it off. The pitch is down low, 1-0. Zurich stands somewhat from the stretch. Here's the 1-0 pitch, taken down low and away. 2-0. Kind of stands from the, has a very odd delivery. He stands with his right foot to the far first base side of the rubber, kind of bends over as if he's in the stretch. Now, when he stands upright, he's somewhat open and facing the plate. Then he goes into somewhat of a semi-windup. The 2-0 pitch, Abruzzo swings and hits that one over very corner right. It's off the wall. Abruzzo smartly rounds the bag at first, puts on the brakes. Lead-off hit. Abruzzo hit that ball off of the right field wall. It got over Boyd's head in a hurry. Adam Afkovich will be the batter. Afkovich has drawn 2 walks at the plate. Over 1 on the night. Zurich last year pitched in the Northwest League for Spokane. He has faced the Quakes, and the Quakes sucked him a couple of times in May up in Stockton. He pitched a combined 2 scoreless innings that weekend against Rancho. The pitch to Afkovich is taken for a strike. The count is 0-1. Five to 2 Stockton here in the bottom of the ninth. Abruzzo's hit was the Quakes' 5th of the night. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball for a strike. The count is 0-2. Now Afkovich in a tough situation to try and protect the plate. It's the final at Angel Stadium. The Angels shut out the Rangers tonight 2-0. Percival closed it down in the ninth. The 0-2 pitch down low. In fact, the Rangers had just 1 hit tonight. Wow. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. So a good win there for the Angels. Quakes trying to come back in the bottom of the ninth. The 1-2 on the way. Bringing a ground ball to short. Arias fields. He goes to second for 1. Reaches the turn back to first is in time. A double play. That goes 6-4 to 3. And now there are 2 outs and the bases are empty. DJ Weed 1 for 3. Singled in a run in the 7th inning. Zurich is set now. He kicks and the pitch is outside. 1-0. Zurich stands somewhat like a semi-open stance. And you think he's facing the plate, or you think he's from the stretch, and then he almost turns his body completely sideways as he goes into a windup. And kicks, and the 1-0 pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen. The count 1-1. He keeps the hands up high the whole time. Never drops them down and then separates. He separates his hand, his pitching hand from his glove up high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 men out. Zurich is set. He kicks and he throws. The pitch swinging a line shot foul off of the facing of the third base dugout. Some of the Quakes all perched up against that top step, and they scattered out of the way of that one. The Quakes, in the last 35 games, have only lost 3 in a row 1 time, and that was the weekend that they were swept at home by Lake Elsinore. Just last weekend, or not this past weekend, 2 weekends ago. The 1-2 to lead, swung on and a bouncer foul. So this is a very odd, well, since that 4-game sweep suffered at the hands of the Lancaster Jethawks here at the Epicenter in mid-June, the Quakes losing 3 in a row is a rather odd sight. A ball, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Zurich throws the pitch, breaking ball outside. 2-2.
5-2 Port, bottom of the ninth. Base is empty. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Down low in the dirt. And hits off of Hiley. Goes up the first baseline foul. Full count for Weed. Timpton is on deck. Missouri hits the sign. Pause. A kick. Here's the 3-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And that's going to do it here tonight. The Quakes lose this one to the Stockton Force in Game 1 of this 3-game series. And the Quakes now have lost all 4 games they have played against Stockton this year. And tonight they drop it 5-2 to the Stockton Force. So the Quakes have lost 3 in a row, and they'll look to snap the losing streak tomorrow night here at the Epicenter. We'll take a break and come back and give you the final totals of this one right after this.
It's good to play together on the diamond, but it's even better to play together on your Xbox. When the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are not on the field, you can usually find them playing Xbox, the official gaming console of the 2004 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, with several new games for the whole family, online play with Xbox Live, and a new low price of $149. What better time than now to visit your local gaming retailer and pick up your very own Xbox? Xbox, now more than ever, it's good to play together.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service. This Quakes broadcast is brought to you in part by David Darwin Flooring, a quality service since 1980. By Bonaldo Engineering, go with the winning team. By American Coatings, they protect your investments. By The Beer Hunter, the place where friends gather. And by Rancho Auto Service. If it's needing fixing, trust Rancho Auto Service.
Well, here are the totals in tonight's ballgame for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. They dropped this one to the Stockton Porch tonight, and it was a tough defeat. They trailed the whole ballgame, and for Rancho, they got to within a run in the bottom of the 7th, but the Porch got some insurance in the top of the 8th. As the Quakes stranded, the bases loaded. They missed out on an opportunity. They got some runs in that inning, but they missed out on the big opportunity to get the big prize, and that would have been grabbing the lead. So here are the totals in the ballgame for the Stockton Ports: 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 6 men left on base. For the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, 6 men left on base. The winning pitcher is right-hander Nick Masset, and he pitched a great ball game tonight. He's now 4-2 on the year. John Toledo pitched very well tonight as well, but he takes the loss. He's now 4-9, and the save goes to David Mazurek, his 2nd save of the year. Home runs in tonight's ballgame. There was 1 home run hit by the Stockton Ports, and that was Nate Gold. He connected for his 14th home run of the season. Time of the ballgame, 2 hours and 34 minutes in front of a crowd of 2,761. Now for my studio coordinator tonight, John Sauter. This is Jason Anapoyan, inviting you to stay tuned next for the Yellowbrook USA postgame show, where again the final score tonight at the Epicenter was the Ports 5 and the Quakes 2. The postgame show to follow.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball has been brought to you by Vineyard Bank, Pepsi, Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau, Allstate Insurance, McDonald's, Galliano Winery, California Department of Conservation, Red Roof Inn, Fast Frame, Southern California Housing, and by Yellowbrook USA. AWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This is Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball. The Yellowbrook USA postgame show is next.
it's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too, simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet, and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts. Not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep laying the flats and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For more info, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com. 1, 2, 3,
Welcome to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in the Yellow Book, not the other books. This is Quakes Baseball.
Well, here tonight at the epicenter, the Quakes lose this one to the Stockton Ports 5-2. We'll get to that ball game in just a moment. But first, let's check some out-of-town scores from the California League tonight, where the last scoring update we had from Inland Empire, in San Bernardino, where Inland Empire is playing host to the High Desert Mavericks. It's 6-1 Inland Empire, top of the 7th inning tonight from San Bernardino there. We do not have a scoring update from Lancaster tonight. No score was phoned in, so we'll wait and see how the Quakes will fare in the standings, whether they stay put with Lancaster or whether they will fall further back in the standings. But if Inland Empire holds on with their win, the Quakes for sure will drop into 4th place in the South. The Quakes now 16-15 on the year with their loss tonight. Other scores to let you know of Visalia. They have opened up a 17-7 lead over Modesto tonight in the top of the 7th inning at Recreation Park in Visalia. Bakersfield 5, San Jose 3. That's still in progress. Top of the 8th inning tonight from San Jose's Municipal Stadium. Now let's go to the out-of-town scoreboard in Major League Baseball, where the Big Club just finished off a good victory over the Texas Rangers, and it was Bartolo Colon picking up the win as the Angels shut out the Rangers 2-0, a one-hit shutout by the Angels pitching staff tonight. Troy Percival pitched the ninth for his 16th save of the year. The Angels 2, the Rangers nothing. The A's beat Seattle at home tonight 5-3. Redmond the win, Franklin the loss. Odell his 20th save of the season. Cleveland over Detroit 10-6. Elsewhere in the American League, the Yankees beat Toronto 7-4. Alex Rodriguez and Jorge Posada, Bernie Williams, and Gary Sheffield all homered for the Yankees in that contest tonight in Toronto. It was Tampa Bay 6, Kansas City 2. Minnesota on the road at the White Sox beat the Chicago White Sox 7-3. And Boston and Baltimore postponed. They were playing that ball game in the 3rd inning when they postponed that game due to rain at Camden Yards tonight. Now some scores in the National League where the Rockies beat the Dodgers 7-2. They're in the bottom of the 9th inning at Petco Park. The San Francisco Giants leading the San Diego Padres 6-4. The Padres are batting in the bottom of the 9th inning, and Matt Herges is on to try and close that ball game out. The Padres have already scored a run, so they are threatening in the bottom of the 9th. Florida beats Philadelphia at home 5-2. The Mets over Montreal 4-2. It was Pittsburgh 8, Atlanta 4 at PNC Park. St. Louis makes it 2 in a row over the Reds. What a year the Cardinals are having. They are 6-0 winners tonight at Cincinnati. The Cubs on the road beat the Brewers 7-1 at Miller Park, and Houston at home tonight over Arizona 10-3. Here it was the Stockton Ports 5 and the Quakes 2. We'll take a break and come back to recap this ball game for you as the postgame show continues from the epicenter right after this.
It's a whole new ballgame. Play baseball. much more. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, the excitement you've been looking for. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
For fans who want the benefits of season tickets but can't make it to all the home games, then the Quakes mini plans are perfect for you. Mini plans start as low as $50 per seat. Plus, these plans feature the most exciting games of the 2004 season. To order your Quakes mini plan today, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
Well, here tonight we had a matchup of right-hander Nick Masset on the mound against right-hander John Toledo as the Forts and the Quakes got together for the second time this year, the second series this year. And we, through the first 5 innings, had a great pitcher's duel on hand. Each pitcher pitched 5 shutout innings to start the ball game. John Toledo in the second walked a couple of men, but it did not come back to hurt him. He got 1 double play ground ball in the 4th inning to aid him through his 5-inning performance of shutout baseball. Meanwhile, Nick Masset actually would pitch 6 shutout innings until the 7th inning. For the Quakes, they managed to just get 1 hit off of Masset through the first 6 innings, but in the top of the 6th inning, it was the Stockton Porch jumping on the board. A leadoff error by Jared Abruzzo allowed Joaquin Arias to reach base safely, and then up to the plate stepped Patrick Boyd. Boyd doubled off the right field wall that scored Arias all the way from first base. That gave Stockton a 1-0 lead. Juan Sorrenso had a single himself. That singled over Boyd to third base with runners at the corners and nobody out. Adam Fox came up, and now the hits were just starting to roll. He singled in Boyd from third base, and Sorrenso moved over to third base. So with runners at first and third, and the Stockton Ports on the board 2-0, Nate Gold hit a sacrifice fly to center field that Reggie Willits made a diving and sliding catch on off to his left. That robbed Gold of a hit, but Sorrenso came in to score, and that made it a 3-0 Stockton Ports lead at the time. The Quakes got to within a run in the bottom of the 7th inning against Nick Masset. He led off the inning by hitting Erick Aybar. Aybar on the night was 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch. Aybar's 19-game hitting streak that tied Connor Jackson and Greg Porter for the longest in the California League this season over tonight. Aybar hit by a pitch, and up to the plate stepped Mike Napoli. Aybar ended up moving to second base on a pass ball, and then on the ball 4 pitch to Napoli, he stole third base. So runners were at first and third with nobody out for David Gates. David Gates hit a ball in the hole between third and short, and Arias' only play was to try and get a force out on Napoli. The throw was too late. A run was in for the Quakes. It was 3-1 Stockton, and then Gates had a base hit and an RBI. Then Jared Abruzzo came up. He struck out swinging, and that would be the final batter that Nick Masset would face tonight. As the fourth one to the bullpen, they brought in Akins out of the pen, and he faced Adam Paskovich. Paskovich walked in the inning, and so with Paskovich walking, up to the plate stepped B.J. Weed, and B.J. Weed singled in from third base Michael Napoli. Michael Napoli would come in to score for the second run of the inning. Nick Kimpton and then Jason Sugden, who came into the ballgame for Javier Rodriguez, both struck out swinging, ending the 7th inning. So Akins settled down, and the Quakes left the bases loaded, and that was as close as the Quakes would get tonight, because in the top of the 8th inning, the Stockton Ports, with 2 outs and the bases empty, got a 2-out double from Adam Fox, and then a 2-run home run by Nate Gold, his 14th of the year, off the left center field advertisements above the outfield wall, just beyond the left center field wall, and that 2-run home run made it a 5-2 Stockton Ports lead. the Quakes were unable to get anything against the bullpen in the last 2 innings. The Quakes got 2 hits. A leadoff single by Reggie Willits in the 8th. Willits extending his hitting streak on the night to 12 games. He was 2 for 4. And Missouri came on in the 9th. Willits would be stranded at 3rd in the 8th inning. Missouri came on in the 9th, got a single, or Jared Abruzzo got a single over the head of Boyd to hit off the wall in right field. Quickly back to Boyd. Abruzzo settled for a long single to lead off the 9th, but Paskovich hit into a double play, and then Reed struck out swinging, ending the ball game tonight. As the Ports win this one, they take game 1. They've won the first 4 in the season series with Rancho this year. 5-2, the Ports win it. We'll take a break, come back with one final recap for you on the postgame show right after this.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card Preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt & Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Lymanite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
First pitch tomorrow night is at 7:15. We'll be on the air with the pregame show at 7 o'clock. Right-hander Matt Lorenzo for Stockton, and he'll be opposed by right-hander Rich Thompson of the Quakes. Now for my studio coordinator tonight, John Sauter. This is Jason Anapoyan, thanking you for tuning in again to the broadcast. Again, the final score tonight from the epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, it was the Stockton Ports 5, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes 2. Have a good night, everybody.
1, 2, 3.
You've been listening to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in the Yellow Book, not the other book. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This has been Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball.